The Central Division Lake Erie Crushers come to town as they face the Evansville Otters. Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas Macklin. Alongside me is my partner, Riley Angel, as the Otters, fresh off a series win against the Schaumburg Boomers, take on Lake Erie, who have started the season 9-2.
Yeah, they're leading the Central Division right now over top of Washington by 2.5 games. Evansville 4.5 back of that lead. They're in third place. They can't take a first place position in this series, but they certainly can give themselves a chance the rest of the way to compete and send a message to the rest of the Central Division that they're here to play. And
it was an exciting week for the Otters this week against the Boomers, coming off a road sweep against Mississippi. They came in, momentum wasn't high, but they came in, they struggled through 2 wins in some roller coaster fashions, and it felt like last night they had a chance to take it as well.
These past 3 games shows you that this team has a fight in them. At the very beginning of the year, I don't know if they claw back to tie the game and send it to extras last night. This team just right now has a different mentality, and they got to bring that mentality each and every night and know that they can compete with anybody in this league, especially a team like Schaumburg, and now tonight a team like Lake Erie with a great pitching staff.
Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. You're right, this pitching staff for the Crushers has been really, really good so far, but the silver lining, the Otters don't have to face the top 2 in this rotation. They'll get 3, 4, 5 this weekend.
That's very true, and Saldana, who's the guy tonight for Lake Erie, it's his first start of the year. He hasn't played professional baseball since 2022. So we'll see if that rust comes into play a little bit tonight, but I think this is a night where
he wasn't a guy that, blew people away with his pitches, but he did really good at getting weak contact, and when it came to that, he was able to keep the Otters in that game.
Hopefully he does the same sort of thing tonight against Lake Erie, and the Crushers, not a big offensive team. Yes, they do score runs, but it's not like Schaumburg, where up and down the lineup they have home run hitter after home run hitter. The Crushers are kind of offensively very similar to Evansville, in where they don't hit a ton of home runs, but they do steal a lot of bases. We'll see if that comes into play tonight, but I think this is the perfect lineup for Montalva to come out and do what he did so well against Mississippi, that is induce soft contact.
That is exactly right, and on the other side of things for the Otters, it was a heck of a series for a few different Otters, but specifically for Graham Brown.
Yeah, Graham Brown, 9 of 13 in that series against Schaumburg. A homer, 4 doubles, 4 ribbies. He was just excellent. Last night, he reached base all 6 times. He went 4 for 4, and he just looked like a guy that was primed to break out before the series against Schaumburg, and boy, did that breakout come in a big way.
Exactly. Home run, 5 doubles, 2 doubles last night. Went to the plate 6 times, reached all 6 times. With that series, he's raised his on-base percentage to .421, his slugging to .660. A fantastic start for Graham Brown. We also saw some other Otters really step up big time. Keenan Taylor with a huge walk-off home run in Game 1, and Ty Crittenberger coming back from the injured list really showed up as well.
And those 2 are going to be pivotal. Both of those guys can play outfield spots, and all of a sudden you have a starting outfield in Crittenberger, Brown, and Taylor when he is out there. That is offensive weapons, and that really helps the lineup up and down. I want to talk about Keenan Taylor specifically. Both nights in a row, the game kind of fell onto him. He walked it off one night and then tied it with a sac fly the next night. He is a guy that looks to have that clutch gene. We'll see if that persists throughout 2025, but I am very impressed with what I've seen from him thus far.
Remember, you're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. When we come back after this short break, we'll do starting lineups as we near the first pitch. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Back here in Bosse Field as the Evansville Otters look to take down the Lake Erie Crushers, who currently stand in the lead of the Central Division. Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas Macklin. Alongside me is my partner, Riley Angel, and you're listening to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. Speaking of the Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out Home Team Network to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. We mentioned a couple of things coming into this weekend, but one of the biggest things is you're going to be getting some more starts for some of these young guys like Montilva and CJ Backer against a really good Lake Crushers team, but you're also getting a start on Sunday from your ace in Braden Scott.
I think if Montilva and Backer can do their jobs this first two games of this series, the Otters are going to be in a very similar position on Sunday as they were last night against Schaumburg. I don't think the question really right now is the offense. I think the question is how many innings can the starters give you, and can we avoid the one blow-up inning from a bullpen arm like we have seen so many times this year?
Yeah, it just feels like you've seen a lot of good from the bullpen, but then every once in a while you just get that inning where they can't get out of it. We saw it last night with Valdez. It just so happened to be in the 10th inning. We've seen it a couple times from Ethan Bradford, but you've still seen some really good things. Even Valdez, outside of that start, has been electric.
Yep.
Bradford has really been almost untouchable in certain of his appearances. Yohan Gonzalez has looked fantastic as well. Nick McAuliffe, who we just saw last night, who looks really good. So there's a lot of really good arms in that bullpen, and it looks like if they can just figure out how to not have these big innings, you're going to have a really, really good back end of your bullpen. And we've seen some really good things from the starters. And last night with Beamer, it felt like at times he was unhittable. I mean, he had 7 strikeouts through the first 9 hitters, ended up with 10 on the night, but it was really just the long ball that bit him.
And we've seen that throughout his first couple of starts where he has 3-4 innings where he looks elite. He looks like he should be playing an affiliate ball right now. But then you get into that 4th or that 5th, and it all just kind of falls apart. I think right now they just need to build that arm up to where it can be consistently great through 6 innings. If he needs to back off of the fastball a little bit and instead of having it 92, 93, get it around 89 and 90 with still that sharp breaking stuff, but be able to have that nice stuff throughout your entire start, I think that could be a good route. But as you mentioned, Beamer, 10 strikeouts last night. He's looked great in those couple of innings where we've seen his lights-out stuff.
And even though the Boomers scored 8 runs there by the 5th inning, Otters did a great job fighting back, clawing back, pushed it 2 extra innings. Unfortunately, just weren't able to get the job done. Look at the starting lineups for today's ball game in Lake Erie. Sam Franco will be playing in center field and leading it off. Batting second and playing DH will be Burl Dixon. Batting third and catching will be the former MLB player Alfredo Gonzalez. Batting fourth at first base will be Scout Knox. Batting fifth at third base will be Seth Strong. Batting sixth at second base will be Davey Morgan. Batting eighth and playing in right field will be Dario Gomez. Batting eighth and playing left field will be Kyle Huckstorf. And rounding it out, batting ninth and playing shortstop will be Logan Thomason. Mentioned that Alfredo Gonzalez, a former MLB player, spent a lot of time in multiple different organizations.
Yeah, he spent time with the Chicago White Sox for a long time, eventually got to the majors in 2018, but only played 3 games for them at the big league level. Does have 1 career major league hit, so he has one thing that most guys playing baseball right now don't have. So, very good ball player, spent pretty much his entire affiliate career split between Houston and the Chicago White Sox organization, has spent now the last 2 years with Lake Erie 24, and now this season, hopefully he can, for this Lake Erie team, spark some of that offense that we've seen him have, and we know he does have since he's spent so long in a major league organization, even if it was mostly spent between AA and AAA.
And now we can look at the Otters starting lineup. Leading it off once again will be Ty Krittenberger. He'll be playing in left field tonight. Batting second and playing second base will be Alay Camus. Batting third and playing center field will be Graham Brown. Batting fourth and playing first base will be L.J. Jones. Batting fifth and playing in right field, a new look today for J.T. Benson. He switched his number to 9. He'll be batting fifth. Batting sixth and playing third base will be Pavin Parks. Batting seventh and DHing will be Keenan Taylor. Batting eighth and catching will be Justin Felix. And rounding out the lineup will be the shortstop tonight, George Khalil. Mentioned that Adrian Montilva in his second start of the year. It's a second professional start. What do you expect to see from him tonight?
Hopefully he can provide the same sort of outing he did against Mississippi. We mentioned he induces a lot of weak contact, and this team in Lake Erie, which doesn't hit a lot of home runs, I think that plays to the advantage of Montilva, the left-hander. And we see in this lineup is very right-hand heavy. So once we do get into that bullpen, get into some of those right-handed arms, we'll see how that plays into effect. But I think Montilva has an opportunity tonight to come out here, give a bit of a boost, and not put so much pressure on the offense like it was from Monday until Wednesday, or excuse me, Tuesday until Thursday.
Yeah, Montilva in that start, he pitched in 4 innings, only gave up 4 hits, gave up 2 earned runs, only pitched 58 pitches. He worked quickly, he worked fast, and again, induced a lot of weak contact. There was an at-bat, I remember specifically, threw a pitch on the inside to a right-handed batter, broke the bat, went right back at him, did a great job avoiding the bat, and then the ball was just a soft grounder to the shortstop. He did that a lot that game, and again, it's a big test here in the Crushers, but he proved that he can induce that weak contact and go out there. And again, only pitched 58 pitches in this game. Could potentially see him go longer if time permits.
And that's certainly what they're hoping, especially after Beamer a couple of days ago had to exit early. The bullpen still might be a little beat up, but nothing crazy. And if Montilva can have a good start tonight and relieve some of the pressure off the offense, that would be great because the offense has to face a really good pitching staff in their own right.
We are nearing the first pitch. You just listened to the Papa John's pregame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. The Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out the Home Team Network to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. Coming up, the national anthem, and then we'll get to first pitch. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Pitching for the Evansville Otters, left-handed pitcher, number 50, Adrian Montilva. His baseball buddy is Emmett. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom, those who now protected, and pay tribute to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem, this evening performed by Rue Martin.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, with our national anthem. Tonight's game ball is delivered to you by Papa John's Better Ingredients.
Welcome back into historic Bosse Field as we are nearing the first pitch of today's ball game, the first game of 3 between the Evansville Otters and the Lake Erie Crushers. Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas Macklin, alongside my partner, Riley Angel. Mentioned this is the first game. Otters are back again tomorrow night at 6:35, and then it's a matinee game on Sunday at 12:35. Adrian Montilva will head to the mound to begin his warm-ups. Montilva is the pitcher, Justin Felix the catcher, and that pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Greenville Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Montilva, the left-handed pitcher, mentioned this is his first professional season. He played a couple of seasons in college with the Milwaukee Panthers of the Horizon League. In his final season, he started in 14 games, pitched 61 and 1/3 innings, struck out 71, walked 32, pitched to a 5.43 ERA. Again, he's trying to give the Otters some more length than what they've gotten out of their pitchers so far. Obviously, with Brahms going down early in Game 1 of the Schaumburg series, or in Game 2 of the Schaumburg series, rather, it really put a much bigger strain on the bullpen than otherwise would have been.
And hopefully Montilva can come out here and lengthen that pitch count, as you mentioned in the Papa John's pregame show. He only had about just over 50 pitches in that first game. We know these guys work on their arm strength continuously throughout this first month of the season. I have no doubt that during his bullpen work, a lot of it has been taking care of that arm and making sure that he's ready to go a little more than what he has been. So hopefully Andy down there, Andy McCauley, was going to give him some trust and let him go a little longer here in this outing, hopefully get him up to that 75-80 pitch number.
Montilva, a guy that they weren't sure if he'd come out of the bullpen or become a starter, but got his first start on the road against Mississippi and did what he needed to do to keep them in that game. Now, leading it off for the Crushers will be Sam Franco. Franco in his second year with the Crushers has really taken off this year, up to a 391 OBP to start the season. And the first pitch in from Montalva is lifted high into the air and overhead. And we get a first pitch overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Man, first pitch? Dang.
Off to a quick start. Montilva will deliver from his windup. Next pitch in there for strike 2, and he's quickly ahead, 0-2. Franco spent 2 years with Purdue, was teammates of Otters Keenan Taylor and C.J. Backer. That pitch stays high, count moves to 1-2. Franco will get to face Backer tomorrow. It'll be a fun matchup. Montilva ahead 1-2, will deliver. That one is a chopper towards third. It'll be Parks to bring it in, throw over to first. A long throw in time for out number 1. The Otters get started quickly.
And Franco not going to be a guy that's going to just give you a free put out there. He was busting it down the first base line. Parks had to get rid of it, I think, a little more quick than what maybe he thought initially, but strong throw.
Next up is the left-handed hitting Burl Dixon. Playing DH today. Spent time in the Royals organization from 2019 to 2022. First pitch is taken high, count at 1-0. Played last year with Lake Erie. Hit 4 home runs, had a 343 OBP. Montilva delivered the next pitch. That one's a chopper, but foul. Dixon, in 51 plate appearances, has already drawn 10 walks, has a 500 OBP in this short season. Montilva will deliver the 1-1 pitch. That one is taken at the knees for a strike. He's ahead 1-2. So first two batters of the game, Montilva ahead of both of them, which is a really good sign for someone who, again, you want to really go long. And you want him to be able to pound the strike zone as much as he can.
Also for a guy who pitches to contact, maybe get some less confident swings when hitters are up to 2 strikes.
Montilva will deliver the 1-2 pitch into Dixon. That one is swung on a miss for strike 3. A German-American bank strikeout, the first of the night for Adrian Montilva. And there are quickly 2 away for the catcher, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Well, we kept talking about how he pitches to contact. First inning, gets a swinging strikeout on an up-and-in fastball.
Gonzalez will step into the right-handed batter's box out of Santa Teresa del Tuy in Venezuela. First pitch is taken at the knees for a strike. Gets ahead 0-1. Mentioned that he got some Major League action with the White Sox back in 2018. 0-1 pitch. That's a liner towards the shortstop, Khalil. It's going to be a long throw over to first. That one taken by Jones. He'll come off the bag to get it and then tag Gonzalez for out number 3. So Montilva works a quick 1-2-3 inning. The Otters come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com.
The Otters come to the plate, still tied here 0-0 after a fantastic start for Adrian Montilva, and it'll be Enrique Saldana on the mound. Behind the plate is Alfredo Gonzalez. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. You mentioned pregame that Saldana playing his first professional ball since 2022. Spent a couple of years with the Cardinals Florida Complex League. Had fully transitioned to being a pitcher at this point. And in that final season, he pitched 18 innings, pitched to a 3 ERA. He struck out 13 and only walked 4. So we'll see what he can do for the Crushers here.
And hopefully for the Otters, that couple of years off, hopefully some rust still in there. And first time on the mound competitively in a game, so we'll see how he reacts.
It's Ty Krittenberger to lead it off for the Otters. First pitch, he squares the bunt, but pulls it back. Takes it for a ball, count at 1-0. Saldana was initially signed by the Rockies at the age of 17 back in 2016. That one is fouled off by Krittenberger, count at 1-1. Spent the first 2 years and change as a position player before transitioning into being a pitcher. That pitch stays low. Count moves to 2-1. And this first test is Ty Krittenberger, who finally joined the team after beginning the season on the IL. 2-1 pitch is taken in there for a strike. Count moves to 2-2. Krittenberger managed a 3 for 11, walked 4 times, played to a 500 OBP to start his season. Takes that pitch in there for strike 3 looking. So a quick strikeout for Saldana, and with 1 away, it'll lead to the second baseman, Alay Camus.
One thing I've noticed with Krittenberger, he seems to strike out looking a lot. You know, I'm fine with swinging strikeouts, especially to lead off a game if you're being aggressive trying to protect the plate. But as a leadoff man, you have to protect with 2 strikes in that situation.
Saldana from the windup will deliver the first pitch to Camus. He fouls that one back. He's quickly behind 0-1. Camus got the night off last night, did come in and pinch hit, managed to reach base on an error and come around to score the tying run in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Otters. Next pitch is taken high. Count moves to 1-1. Camus still only 21 years old here for the Otters. By no means a finished product. Next pitch is laced up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. So a 1-out base knock has the Otters in business, and it will lead to the hottest hitter in the Frontier League in Graham Brown.
Great piece of hitting there by Camus. Took a down and away off-speed pitch and just shot it right back up where it came from. Little looper to center field right in front of Franco. Sometimes that's all you need to get the job done. I think that's big for Camus as well, who has struggled to begin the season a tiny bit.
Now it's Graham Brown to the plate. He step into the right-handed batter's box and just can't say enough about how hot this guy is right now. First pitch swinging at that one, and he's behind 0-1.
Certainly the hottest hitter on this team, if not the entire Frontier League.
And filling a hole that was created by the Mindom injury, and he stepped up big time. 0-1 pitch into Brown. He takes that one outside. Count moves to 1-1. Brown, the former Chanticleer when he played for Coastal Carolina. The 1-1 pitch in from Sedania. That one stays low. Count moves to 2-1. Brown with 3 home runs on the year, 10 RBIs. He scored 15 runs, which is tied for the Frontier League lead as of tonight. Also a .660 slugging percentage. And above 1,000 OPS. The 2-1 pitch into Brown. Swings at that one. He's behind it. Count moves to 2-2. Camus over at first has a couple of stolen bases on the year. He'll lead off first as Saldana will come set and deliver the 2-2 pitch, but first a check on Camus. Saldana will step back in. And he'll come set and deliver the 2-2 pitch. And that one is taken in there for strike 3 looking. So 2 Ks looking for the Otters to start this game, and with 2 away, that will bring up the first baseman tonight, L.J. Jones.
Both those strikeouts looking were pretty much the exact same spot. The down that outside corner, that's borderline pitch, but it's touching the zone. It definitely is a strike. So Krittenberger, Brown, and really the rest of the team needs to note in the back of their mind that if that's going to be called consistently in this ballgame.
So Jones steps into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him is taken inside. Count moves to 1-0. Jones, not to be outdone, also had a really good series against the Boomers. Now he looks to try to do the same here against the Crushers. Next pitch into him is a swinging strike. He's behind tied, counted even at 1-1. L.J. Jones up to just below 300 batting average. 9 RBIs to begin this season. Next pitch into Jones. That one is taken just low. Count moves to 2-1. Saldana will look in and deliver the 2-1 pitch into the former Springfield Cardinal. That one is taken in the zone. Count moves to 2-2. It feels like the Otters hitters right now just aren't seeing something on that fastball. A couple of strikeouts looking on it. Now L.J. Jones takes one center cut. Two-two pitch from Saldana. That one is fouled off as Jones stays alive. Count still at 2-2.
One thing I've noticed with Saldana. He gets real far out there on his extension when he lands with that front foot. And Saldana, not necessarily a huge guy at 5'11", 195, but it seems the extension getting down through the wide and to the plate is a lot more than what we've seen with some other pitchers.
Saldana comes set, delivers the 2-2 pitch once again. That one stays outside. Count runs full. Camus will get a head start on this next pitch. They are not holding on Camus over at first, so he'll get a massive lead. He'll take off. Next pitch in, taken low for ball 4. So a Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar extends the inning to JT Benson. Mentioned a new look for him tonight in this ball game. Shifted from 31 to the number 9.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 9, JT Benson.
As he steps into the right-handed batter's box. Camus is on second. LJ Jones on first as the Otters look to try to get an early lead in this game. Saldana from the stretch will deliver the first pitch into Benson. That one's taken low and away for ball 1. Benson hit a 2-run tying home run in Game 2 against the Boomers that helped the Otters win Game 2 and the series. That pitch outside part of the plate for strike 1, count at 1-1. Saldana comes set, delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one taken just outside. Count moves to 2-1.
I know we're only in the first inning, but strike zones look good. That outer half being called very consistently.
Benson spent time with the Lake Country Rockhounds of the American Association last year at a 385 OBP in just 91 at-bats. He takes that pitch low for ball 3, and he's ahead 3-1 now. Currently has a 356 on-base percentage, has 5 stolen bags and 9 attempts for the Otters, a team that has shown they love to run. 3-1 pitch is lifted up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. Camus is going to be waved home. The throw in from center field is going to come back to second base, and Camus is going to score the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-out RBI single for JT Benson has put the Otters on top. Jones still at second. And with 2 away, it'll be Pavin Parks trying to extend this lead.
That swing from Benson, basically the exact same swing Camus had, down and away pitch that he just had to reach out for and shot it right back up the middle. So good pieces of hitting there for 2 Otters to begin this ball game, and just like that, Evansville with another first inning lead.
So it'll be Pavin Parks next as he takes that first pitch, bottom part of the zone for strike 1. And you can't overstate how important this series is and how important jumping out ahead in Game 1 is. Next pitch from Saldana is taken low. Count moves to 1-1. That one a changeup that Parks was not fooled on.
Especially with this being the first division rival that the Otters have faced this year before going on the road to face Florence next weekend.
1-1 pitch in from Saldana. That one is taken just inside. And low. Count it 2-1. Pavin last night had a ball that was hit plenty far enough, but just hooked foul that would have tied the game and allowed the Otters to potentially win in regulation. That one he swings through. Count now at 2-2. And when you look back at that game and you think about how close Felix was on his and how close Pavin was on his, you know, those 2 runs could have been the difference. but you have to focus on this game. 2-2 pitch. That one stays low. Count runs full. Both runners will get a head start on this one. Park steps back into the left-handed batter's box. LJ Jones at second. JT Benson at first. Parks at the plate. Full count pitch. That one's taken low for ball 4. Oh, they'll call it strikeout looking for out number 3. A pitch that was about 2 feet below the zone. And with that, the Otters are out of the first inning, but they do put on a run as we head to the second inning. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Adrian Montilva back on the mound for his second inning of work. He went 1-2-3 in the first. He looks to do the same here. It'll be Scout Knox to meet him first. And not just a really good inning, but a quick inning from Montilva in the first.
And hopefully he can continue that work. Quick innings are great for this guy, especially since he only had, under 60 pitches in that first outing. If he can get through these innings quickly, even if he gives up hits and maybe gives up a couple of runs, if he can get through them under 20 pitches in each inning that he throws, that allows him to go longer into the ball game.
Scout Knotts at the plate. First pitch into him is taken high. Count moves to 1-0. Knotts in his third year as a crusher. Off to a hot start to begin the year. That pitch is taken outside. Count moves to 2-0. He's drawn 12 walks already at a 457 OBP. Had 5 home runs a year prior. And Montilva will deliver the 2-0 pitch. That one stays high, so he's behind 3-0 now. Montilva from the stretch delivers the 3-0 pitch. That one's taken outside, so a 4-pitch walk to begin the inning. And that will lead to the third baseman, Seth Strong.
At third base, 31, Seth Strong.
Strong, the 28-year-old, has spent his entire career in independent ball. First pitch to the lefty is taken high and count at 1-0. So 5 straight balls to start the inning here for Montilva. So he works to try to dial it back in. He'll come set. First, he'll take a glance over at first. Nothing doing on that one. Strong off to start the season, a 370 OBP, a home run and 9 RBIs and 36 ABs for him. That one stays high, checked his swing. He tipped the ball, actually, says home plate umpire Miguel Rivera Cruz. So count at 1-1. Montilva, the 1-1 pitch. That one pulled the string on him, got him swinging, count at 1-2. Strong, another guy that hadn't played professional baseball since 2022, where he spent the year with the Bakersfield Train Robbers. 1-2 pitch. That one's chopped foul. He stays alive. With Bakersfield, he had 153 ABs, had 7 home runs, walked 26 times, only struck out 16 times. Now the 1-2 pitch into Strong. Swung on a miss for strike 3, a German-American bank strikeout, the first out of the inning for Montilva. And with one away, it'll be the second baseman, Davey Morgan, to come to the plate.
Batting sixth, at second base, to Davey Morgan.
Morgan will step into the right-handed batter's box, fresh off a 4-year career with North Carolina Wesleyan. First pitch is swung through, and he's behind 0-1. In his final season of college baseball with the Battling Bishops, had 8 home runs, a .512 OBP, scored 53 times. Quick check over at first once again. Nothing doing. Count still at 0-1. The Otters lead 1-0 here in the top of the second inning off a J.T. Benson single. Montilva comes set, delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one catches the zone. He's ahead 0-2. So good to see him start battling back after that 4-pitch walk to Knotts. Knotts over at first. Potential threat to steal. Wasn't really a big stolen base threat up until last year. Stole 10 times, successful 9 of them. Montilva ahead of Morgan 0-2 here as he'll come set from the stretch. He'll deliver. That one stays high. Count it 1-2. Montilva looks into Felix. Comes set once again, deliver the 1-2 pitch. That one is lifted high and overhead foul ball. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Choose the best, never regret it.
Count at 1-2 for the Crusher. Next pitch is taken high. Count moves to 2-2. Montilva comes set and delivers the 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled back overhead. Count still at 1-2.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by...
For those of you trying to watch on the Home Team Network right now and finding us here on the Otters Digital Network, apologize for those issues. They are working to resolve those quickly.
One-two pitch into Morgan. That one is lifted into the air towards center. Brown starts back, then goes forward, and will bring it in for out number 2. It'll be Dario Gomez looking to extend the Crushers inning.
25, Dario Gomez.
Gomez will step into the right-handed batter's box against the lefty Montilva. Montilva from the stretch deliver the first pitch, but first to check over at first. Just to keep the runner honest. Dario Gomez, the 25-year-old out of Oakley, California, in his first season with the Lake Erie Crushers in his 3rd start of the season. First pitch high and out. Good stop by Felix, keep it in front of him, count it 1-0. Last year with Northern Colorado of the Pioneer League, had a .345 batting average, hit 30 home runs. He fouls that one off, and he's behind 1-2.
Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
During college, in his 3 seasons between Nevada and Miami, only had 14 home runs, so found some power in the Pioneer League. Next pitch into him. That one's hit towards the left side. Parks will dive. He'll get a glove on it, but it'll deflect off of him. Khalil will go pick it up, keep the runner at second. But with 2 away, the Crushers are threatening. And it'll be the 8-hole hitter, Kyle Huckstorf, to try to get one of those runners home.
Nice attempt over there by Parks. Just about had it. If it got past his glove, Khalil was right there to try and backhand. I don't know if he would have been able to make the throw or not. But overall, good effort there by Pavin. He's been so close to a bunch of those this year, just bound to get one eventually.
Huckstorf will step into the right-handed batter's box. Montilva will look into Felix. He'll come set. And deliver the first pitch. That one checked his swing. Umpire says he went. He's behind 0-1. Huckstorf, the 24-year-old out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Spent 3 years with Iowa in the Big Ten. And last year spent some time with Milwaukee in the American Association. Next pitch into him. He'll take that one inside. Count moves to 1-1. Montilva will look into Felix once again. He'll come set. He'll deliver the 1-1 pitch. Swung through by Huckstorf. He's behind 1-2. Huckstorf finally got his first appearance of the year just 2 games ago for the Crushers. And in those 2 games, he's off to a hot start with a .500 batting average and has a home run. A slugging percentage of .875 in those 2 games. 1-2 pitch from Montilva. And that one is lifted high into the air to the right side. Benson will look at it, but that one will get out of the park. And count stays at 1-2. Huckstorf with Iowa averaged a .290 batting average. Hit 17 home runs, 130 RBIs. Played in 154 games for the Hawkeyes. Next pitch in. That one is fouled back overhead as well. Count still at 1-2.
Now the question, does that count as an overhead foul ball? Since it wasn't directly over our head, but over, the fans down the right field line said?
Zane did not make the call. I'm going to say no.
Well, then how about that? Zane's the master, I guess.
Zane is the determiner of overhead foul balls. Count still at 1-2 for Huckstorf as he continues to battle. Next pitch from the lefty Montilva. That one in the dirt gets up by Felix. Count now at 2-2. Knott's over at second. Got a huge secondary lead, but didn't go anywhere. Runners on first and second with 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Otters lead 1-0. Montilva looking to get out of this 2-out jam. He'll look into Felix and come set for the 2-2 pitch. That one is chopped over to the first baseline. LJ Jones will stab at it. Then he'll lose the ball. Camo will pick it up. The throw to first not in time. So a mistake there from LJ Jones extends the inning to the 9-hole hitter, Logan Thomason.
And the crazy thing about that is it's going to be called an error on LJ, but I saw him practicing those exact same plays over there at first base during batting practice, and he was doing it with these. But when the game is actually going on, everything speeds up. And with a quick runner like Huckstorf is, just a tough one over there for LJ.
Thomason at shortstop steps into the right-handed batter's box and will take the first pitch from Montilva. That one catches the zone. He's ahead 0-1. Bases loaded here as the Crushers look to try to get on the board Thomason last year was a mainstay for the Crushers, played in 87 games. Hit 6 home runs, had a .248 batting average. Next pitch into him. That one is lifted high into the air to the right side of the field. Jones will look at it, but that will get out of play, and he's quickly behind. 0-2 now.
The overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Thomason played 5 seasons at Eastern Kentucky before joining Lake Erie last year for his first year of professional baseball. Montilva comes set, delivers the 0-2 pitch, chopped up the middle. That one's going to get to Khalil. He'll toss it to second and in time for out number 3. So a great defensive play there for George Khalil to get Montilva out of the inning. Crushers threaten but don't score any. Otters still lead by 1 as they head to the plate. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
Please play responsibly.
Welcome back into historical Bosse Field as the Otters look to try to add to their 1-0 lead. They'll face Saldana once again.
Please play responsibly. Best seats in the house means you have the best view of the Heritage Video Board.
He labored through that first inning, a couple of walks, gave up that RBI hit to JT Benson, but it really felt like the Otters left some on the board there.
Yeah, they definitely could have gotten more. Again, tough call against Pavin Parks to end that first inning, but hopefully they come out here and offensively go attack against Saldana again.
Yeah, the one thing about last night is that the Otters got a couple of runs in the first inning, but then were really silenced up until the 6th inning. So hopefully they keep on this pressure on Saldana and try to add to that lead. It's Keenan Taylor first. He'll take that one in there for a strike, and he's behind 0-1 to start this at-bat. Keenan Taylor, one of the hottest bats for the Otters here. That one is fouled back, and he's behind 0-2. He'll have to battle now. Still at a .600 slugging percentage. A couple of home runs, 8 RBIs, 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts. That one runs in and hits him. So it'll be a leadoff base runner for the Otters, which will lead to the catcher, Justin Felix.
And at this level, when you get hit by a 73-mile-per-hour pitch, you're like, oh, thank you. I mean, give me a free base. It's when you get up to those up and over 90-mile-per-hour bean balls that come right at you. Those start to hurt. But you saw Keenan was running down or jogging down 90 feet to first and just smiling, so happy to be able to start this inning with a man on.
Yeah, but tried to pull the string, but didn't get to it. First pitch for Felix is foul tipped into the glove for strike 1. Mentioned that Keenan Taylor over at first is 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts. We'll see if the Otters want to send him in motion. Otters 4th in the league in stolen bases. Next pitch, that one is lifted into the air towards center field. Sam Franco will move over, but it will relent to the right fielder Gomez to bring it in for out number 1. And with one away, it'll be the 9-hole hitter George Khalil. Still looking for his first hit on this young season. Only his 3rd appearance of the year.
The shortstop, number 6.
Played in game 1 of the season before going on to the IL. Was activated before the game last night and got the appearance. Made a fantastic, great play over at shortstop to get the final out of last inning while the bases were loaded. Takes the first pitch outside for ball one. He's ahead 1-0. Saldana now from the stretch comes set and delivers the 1-0 pitch. Tried to get the front door breaker, but didn't get it back in. Count now at 2-0.
Seems a slow breaking ball, maybe missing a touch to the arm side right now.
2-0 count now to the shortstop, Khalil. He'll take that one on the outside part of the plate for strike one. He's still ahead 2-1. Khalil, the 27-year-old out of Melbourne, Australia, awaits the 2-1 pitch. That one stays outside. Count now at 3-1.
Have you ever seen a map of or a satellite photo of Australia at nighttime?
Can't say I have.
Man, it's crazy. There's about 3 dots of light and everything else is just pitch black because it's just desert everywhere. It's insane.
3-1 count. Chopper foul. Count runs full with 1 away in this inning. Otters took the lead on a JT Benson single up the middle in the first inning. Now they're back here in the second inning with a runner on and 1 away, looking to try to extend that lead. Saldana comes set and delivers the payoff pitch into Khalil. Chopper foul as well. He stays alive. Khalil spent last season with Canberra and 125 at-bats, walked 10 times, had a 256 batting average, hit a couple of home runs. But what has really made him a great player is his defense. Full count pitch. That one runs in and it will hit him. It's ball 4 either way. So now there are 2 runners on with 1 away, and it will lead back to the top of the lineup and Ty Krittenberger.
And at this point, Khalil has 2 hit by pitches on the year before he has a knock. So, I mean, I think he wants to get a hit, not hit by a pitch.
So that's 2 players that have been hit by pitches in this inning. And Krittenberger will look to try to help the Otters expand their lead. Saldana will look in and will come set. Deliver the first pitch into Krittenberger. That one is fouled overhead, an overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. 0-1 count now to Ty Krittenberger, the former Western Kentucky Hilltopper. Spent his final season with the Wildcats in the same state of Kentucky. And now here for the Otters. Takes that one outside. Count moves to 1-1. Spent 2024 between Schaumburg and Billings of the Pioneer League. Joined the Otters here in 2025 and is off to a quick start in his 3 games. 1-1 pitch into Krittenberger. Swings at that one and counts at 1-2. Through those first 3 games, he's had 16 plate appearances. And that just shows you how hot this Otters offense has been this week. One of those games, he was batting from the 8th spot. Now the 1-2 pitch into Krittenberger. Swings through that one for strike 3. So now there are 2 away for the second baseman, Alay Camus.
Camus, nice approach his first time up. We'll see how Saldana attacks him here. You don't expect to give up a hit on a down and away pitch that was painted. So we'll see if they still attack him the same way or if they treat him with a little more respect.
Camus singled in his first inning and came around to score on the Benson single. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. Count at 1-0 for the second baseman today, Camus. As Khalil is manning shortstop, and that middle infield is about as good as a defensive infield as you can get.
Yes, especially in this league.
1-0 pitch stays inside. Count moves to 2-0. Beautiful day for baseball here as the sun begins to set. A little bit cooler of a day, but plays great for baseball. Now a 2-0 pitch stays outside, and Camus quickly ahead 3-0. Camus, the 21-year-old out of Phoenix, Arizona. Spent 3 years in the Padres minor league system before joining the Otters this year. Now the 3-0 pitch is taken outside for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk will load the bases up and will lead to the center fielder, Graham Brown.
And if there's one guy you don't want to just give 3 free passes to load the bases for, it's Graham Brown right now. We'll see if he can do the same thing he's been able to do over the past couple of games, and that's come through in big moments.
We're going to get a mound visit for Saldana, and I would say rightfully so with how this guy's been swinging his bat. Around the Frontier League today, a bunch of Friday night baseball. No game days, no day games. The big matchup between Schaumburg and Gateway. Schaumburg quickly up 1-0 in the top of the third inning. Quebec, after losing their second straight of the year to New York, is up 4-3 over Tri-City. So a couple of big matchups between division leaders.
I think a big one for the Otters specifically, Florence and Washington doing battle right now. So division's up in arms right now.
It's Graham Brown into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch into him, a swinging strike. Pulled the string on him on the first pitch, and he's behind 0-1. Mentioned that Brown went 9 for 13 in the last series against Schaumburg. Next pitch into him, laced towards the shortstop. He'll be taken in and thrown over to first in time for out number 3. So the Otters leave the bases loaded. They still lead 1-0 as we head to the third inning. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Thanks, Josh. Fireworks tonight after the game.
Adrian Montova out there for his third inning of work. Stands at 2 innings pitched. He's walked 1, given up a hit, struck out 2. Bases were loaded last inning, got a soft ground out up the middle. It was a great play by George Khalil to get out of the inning.
It's beautiful. It's cool.
And now he will be back at the top of the lineup against Sam Franco.
Did a good job against this top 3, his first time seeing him. Hopefully he can do the same thing. And he's looked good so far.
So he walked the first batter he saw last inning. Did give up a hit, but got out of the inning clean.
The order to you. For the Lake Erie Crushers, our Hoosier Lottery strikeout batter in center field 6, Sam Franco.
Franco steps back up into the left-handed batter's box once again. He flew out his first time. In his second season with the Lake Erie Crushers. First pitch is taken just inside, count at 1-0. Franco played 3 seasons in Manhattan before joining Purdue for the final 2 seasons of his career. Next pitch, catch at the bottom of the zone, count at 1-1. The 24-year-old out of Plains, New York. Played 29 games with the Crushers last year. Swings through that one. He's behind 1-2 now. Hit 4 home runs, had a .224 batting average, struck out 30 times, only walked 3 times. So talk about a free swinger. We'll say he already has 4 walks this year, so potentially a change in his approach. Montilva had 1-2 to Franco. He'll deliver the pitch. That one in the dirt, stopped by Felix, count at 2-2.
For a leadoff guy, it's interesting to see that low walk total.
Starting the season with a .391 batting average. OBP, rather, a .350 batting average. Now a 2-2 pitch into Franco. Swings at that one, hit right towards Camo at second. He'll take it in, throw to first for out number 1. Quickly, there's one away for the DH, Burl Dixon.
Designated hitter, 12, Burl Dixon.
Montilva through 2 1/3 innings. This will be his 45th pitch of the game, so they did make him work in the last inning. Dixon will step into the left-handed batter's box. He'll take the first pitch from Montilva. That one's lifted into the air. It'll be George Khalil to call everyone off and take it in for a quick out number 2. And it'll be to the catcher, Alfredo Gonzalez.
Great first 2 batters here, doing exactly what we need them to do, just attack the strike zone, force them to swing at your pitch. Hopefully you can do the same thing to Gonzalez, who he got to ground out his first time.
I say, even though he's given up a hit, I don't think he's really given up a hard hit ball yet.
Yeah.
So he's doing a fantastic job of what he does well. Now he's got the 3-hole hitter Gonzalez. First pitch into the right-handed hitting catcher. He'll take that one for a strike. It's behind 0-1.
That hit he gave up was that dribbler over to Pavin that he dove for, just couldn't quite get there to it.
Next pitch into Gonzalez. Swung that one. That one's fouled out to the right field and quickly behind 0-2.
Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Gonzalez did not play professional baseball in 2023 before signing the 31-year-old with Lake Erie in 2024. In his second season with the Crushers. That pitch in there for strike 3, looking a German-American bank strikeout to end the inning. Otters, Montilva's through 3. The Otters come back to the plate. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Tonight's game for that post-game fireworks show.
The Otters back up to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as they lead 1-0 over the Lake Erie Crushers. It's a great start so far for Montilva as he's held the Crushers off the board so far.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good. 1, 2, and 3 to the 1, 2, 3 guys both times he faced them. And the one inning of trouble he had in the second was able to strand the bases loaded and work through it. So hopefully he continues to be aggressive in the strike zone and continue to be as effective as he has. And also hopefully the Otters can put some runs on the board for him.
And Saldana back on the mound for his third inning of work. Otters have stranded 5 to start the game, but they have been putting on a pressure on this pitcher in his first start of the season. His first professional baseball game since 2022. First pitch into L.J. Jones is taken for a ball. He's ahead of 1-0. Jones into the right-handed batter's box, awaits the 1-0 pitch. That one's lifted high into the air towards left, but it's going to hook foul. A hard hit ball, but just a hard strike one. That one was off the bat at 107. That pitch stays low, count at 2-1. Just a pitch that was left there for him, but string was pulled. He was a little bit too early on it. Count at 2-1 for Jones. He waits that pitch outside, count at 3-1. Jones drew a walk in his first at-bat. And now a 3-1 pitch into Jones. Takes that one low for ball 4. So 2 walks on the day for L.J. Jones will lead to the right fielder, J.T. Benson.
I like the way Jones has been approaching his recent at-bats. He started the year, it seemed like he was a little antsy at the plate, just trying to do anything he can to produce. And since then, he's been patient, taking his walks when they're given to him, swinging at his pitches. He's looked really good these past couple of series.
Benson up to the plate now. He'll wait the first pitch from Saldana. He'll take that one in there for a strike. He's behind 0-1. Saldana yet to make an out while pitching from the windup. The Otters have forced him to the stretch to begin every single inning. 0-1 pitch into Benson, taken inside for ball 1. Almost got him, but got out of the way. Count at 1-1.
Another one of these guys where we see just somewhat of a different pitcher whenever they switch from the windup to the setter, vice versa.
1-1 pitch into the former Louisville Cardinal. Foul tipped that one off, and he's behind 1-2 now. Benson back into the batter's box. Awaits the 1-2 pitch from Saldana. That one is fouled back overhead, stays alive on an overhead foul ball, which is, of course, brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
Choose the best. Never regret it.
Count still 1-2. L.J. Jones leading off first. Double play depth for the infield. That pitch fouled that one off. Broke his bat. He'll have to get a new one.
I think that's what you call some lumber.
Exactly.
Maybe some knee house lumber?
Only if it's the other team's bats.
Ah, I got you.
Our bats are worth more than theirs, so.
Fair enough. We have exclusive lumber. How about that?
Benson with a new bat. Awaits the 1-2 pitch now from Saldana. So he'll get back into the stretch. Still no one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Otters lead 1-0 over Lake Erie. Next pitch in the dirt. Taken for ball 2. Good stop by Gonzalez behind there. Keeps L.J. Jones at first. The Otters 5-7 to start play here, but 5-4 at home. 0-3 on that one road trip to Mississippi. Lake Erie standing at 9-2 on top of their division. 2-2 pitch into Benson. That's a chopper. Chopper towards the third base line. That's foul. Count still at 2-2. Gateway now ahead of Schaumburg 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. So that one's going back and forth. Quick time called by J.T. Benson. Florence has taken the lead over Washington 3-1 in the 5th inning over there. And Tri-City has tied Quebec 4-4.
And almost if you're Evansville, if you're able to get this one tonight, you kind of want Florence to take that one over Washington, get a game up on them in the standings since Washington in 2nd place, Evansville in 3rd.
Next pitch in, taken low in the dirt. Gonzalez able to keep it in front of him. Count now full. Benson will step back into the box now as he awaits the payoff pitch from Enrique Saldana. He'll come set, deliver the full count pitch. Lace up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit. 2 singles now for JT Benson, as now runners will be on 1st and 2nd with no one away for the 3rd baseman, Pavin Parks.
Nice one there from JT. Exact same thing as the first time he came up, down and away. That time on a fastball and just shot it back up the middle on the ground. That's been all 3 hits that the Otters have had so far are down and away pitchers that are pretty good pitchers from Saldana. Just great hitting by Evansville so far.
Parks will step into the left-handed batter's box. So he'll wait the first pitch from Saldana. He'll take that one low for ball 1. Count at 1-0. Parks was called out on a questionable strike 3 in his first at-bat. In his 2nd season with the Otters. 1-0 pitch into Parks. He'll take that one outside. Count now at 2-0. Career professional baseball game. Takes that one at the knees. Count it 2-1.
It's another one where it looked low. Pretty much, I mean, the first one was definitely lower, but that's another one that's, if you're Pavin, you start to get a little frustrated.
Did Pavin say something to him pregame? Because really, outside of those 2 calls, he's been really good.
Yeah.
Count 2-1 now for Pavin Parks. Next pitch, chopper towards second baseman. Throw to second for 1, over to first. In time for a quick 2 outs. And that's a tough way to go.
Yeah, I mean, after that last call, that's a pitch you have to swing at. It's a little lower than you would like, but with a strike call before that, that's one where you don't want to get down to 2 strikes. You gotta take a hack at it unless you risk getting down in the count.
So now it's Keenan Taylor up to the plate. LJ Jones at 3rd, still a chance to get a run here. They'll need a base hit to do it. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. Count at 1-0. Keenan Taylor looks to try to stay hot with his bat. Saldana will come set and deliver the 1-0 pitch into Taylor. That one's taken at the corner. Count at 1-1. Keenan Taylor on the season with 6 2-out RBIs. That's 6 of his 8 RBIs coming with 2 outs. That is leading the Otters team. Takes that one in the dirt, gets by Gonzalez. LJ Jones is going to come home. Gonzalez will throw it over to first. It's wide, and LJ Jones is safe at the plate. So a mistake there from the Crushers. LJ Jones off rip, started running home. It was going to be a close play, but the throw from Gonzalez a little bit wide. Misses the ball, and the Otters have their 2nd run of the game.
And again, just a real awkward slide from LJ. Bounced into home plate, it seemed like.
Next pitch into Taylor is ripped towards the right side. Morgan snags it. Throw to first in time for out number 3, but the Otters do get a run on that wild pitch. They lead 2-0 as we head to the 4th inning. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
Time for the top half of the fourth here at Bosse Field. Adrian Montilva back for his fourth inning of work. He has thrown 3 scoreless innings thus far, trying to continue this great outing. I'm Riley Angel alongside Lucas Macklin. Thank you for joining us on 96.9 WYIR on the Otters Digital Network or on the Home Team Network. The Home Team Network is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Check out Home Team Network to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this season. So it'll be Scout Knotts to lead it off here in this top of the fourth against Montilva. Knotts walked his first time to lead off the second inning on 4 pitches.
Yeah, and really outside of that, he's had really, really good control. For some reason against Knotts, just didn't have it as a 4-pitch walk. Hopefully he can come back at him here.
First pitch to him is left just a tad outside, a ball and no strikes. Beautiful night for baseball. 69 degrees currently as the 1-0 pitch from Montilva is swung on, high fly ball, deep left field, back on it, Crittenberger, and he's going to watch this one fly. Scout Knotts halves the lead. It's 2-1.
And on a night where he really just hasn't had any balls hit that hard off of him, that one 98 off the bat, pretty much knew it was gone from the moment it left the bat. And maybe there was a reason he walked him in the first inning. Maybe he knew something we didn't.
Yeah, that ball was crushed. Surprisingly, that being Knott's first home run of the season. But up and in fastball, turned on it pretty well. Showed why he's in the cleanup spot despite no home runs, as the first pitch to the 5-hole hitter, and Seth Strong is left high, 1-0. Seth Strong with a great head of hair, by the way. It's the 1-0 pitch. Down and in, 2-0. Long hair reaching back down the middle of his back. Has it parted three ways. One draping behind his back, the other 2 on each shoulder. The 2-0 pitch. Checked his swing, but did not go around on a pitch high. 3-0 now. 2-1 Evansville in front, top 4, the 3-0 pitch. Bounced it, ball 4. So another tough start to this inning. Brings up Davey Morgan.
And right there, you just want to see him go after this next hitter just because, gave up that home run, and potentially now he's trying to make everything a little bit too fine. Couldn't find the strike zone there, but to be able to trust your stuff and go after this next guy and keep trying to work to what your strengths are.
Morgan flew out back in the second to Graham Brown at center, the first pitch. High, 1-0. So that's 5 straight out of the strike zone after the solo homer to begin this 4th inning. Strong a decent lead at first, nothing crazy. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. It will be well out of play to the right side.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by
Morgan right-handed batter playing second base today.
Never regret it.
Coming into this contest, a 346 batting average and OPS up over 1,000. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped him up. Jones takes a look at it, but that's going to get overhead. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Choose the best. Never regret it.
So count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody gone here in this top half of the 4th. Evansville in front 2-1. Montilva delivers over to first, and pickoff attempt not close enough. Big hole the opposite way with Jones holding the runner at first and Camus playing more up the middle at second. The 1-2. Bounced it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No wind here at Bosse Field. A calm 0 miles per hour on the official scale. Beautiful night for baseball. The 2-2. Swung on, popped him up, shallow center field. Back on it, Camus. In on it, Brown. Brown calls off Camus, makes the running catch. So nice play by Graham Brown, and center field showing off the range, and there's 1 away.
That's one that you get worried that Camus not going to be able to get that out there in time, or Graham Brown's not going to be able to get in on it in time, but Brown with his speed able to rush it and get to it in time, and a big out number 1 here for Montilva.
Brings up Dario Gomez. Gomez singled his first time and takes ball 1 there, 1-0. Was stranded on second base. One ball, no strike, 1 out. The pitch. Swung on, fouled right back into the screen, count evened. Montilva now all of a sudden seems to be finding it back a little bit after the homer and the 4-pitch walk. Maybe just a momentary lapse in concentration as the 1-1 pitch to Gomez is checked on, check over to first. It is a swing, 1-2, says Anthony Atkinson. So a ball and 2 strikes it is. No action either side, bullpen-wise. The 1-2 offering. Bender just misses. Oof. Just high and outside by a whisker. 2-2.
That's one you really want if you're Montilva, for sure.
The pitch. Swung on, banged foul, and count's going to stay. Great crowd on hand tonight on a Friday night here in Evansville, Indiana. Huge crowd last night, good crowd tonight. Town showing up for their hometown team. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled back. Nice battle here by Gomez. Fouling off pitches and making Montilva work after a very quick third. This whole part of the lineup making him work. This part of the lineup doing the damage in the second, now here in the 4th. 2-2 again. Swung on, popped up, foul again. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. What a battle. Standing on the right side is Gomez. Once more, Montova looks into Felix, sets. Gives a small look over at Strong at first and delivers. High and outside will have a payoff pitch. So the count has run full. Hands belt high for Montova. The 3-2. Called strike 3, outer half. German American Bank strikeout for Montova, and a phenomenal plate appearance finally comes to an end in favor of the Otters. Here is Kyle Hocksdorf. Hocksdorf is 0-for-1, reached on an error in the second inning, first pitch. That one is a strike, bounced off the glove of Felix as he was trying to frame it, but called anyway. It's 0-1. Good to see that one being called. Sometimes if catcher doesn't catch it, umpire just won't call it a strike, even if it is one. Montova sets the 0-1 delivery to Hucksdorf. Is swung on and popped up. This one in shallow right field. In on it is Benson. He will make the grab for out number 3. So a solo shot to lead off the fourth, but nothing otherwise. It is 2-1, Evansville in front. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library.
Two to one the score. Your Evansville Otters in front of the Lake Erie Crushers in this one as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Riley Andrew alongside Lucas Macklin. Lucas, so far Montova's looked good. Saldania's matched him, though.
Yeah, Saldana got off to a rocky start, really the first couple of innings. The Otters got one in the first and then loaded the bases in the second, but weren't able to really succeed on that one. But then last inning, did a good job limiting runners, did allow L.J. Jones to get on. And after allowing a single from Benson, forced a double play from Pavin Parks, but if it weren't for the wild pitch, he would have gotten out of that inning. But with that wild pitch, L.J. Jones came in to score a bad luck second run, but still only 2 runs given up. You're giving your offense a chance. Now you're just being asked to go out there and do it again.
First pitch to the leadoff man in this inning, Justin Felix. He takes one high and tight, 1-0. Felix 0-for-1 with a flyout. Walks a lot, but also strikes out a lot is Felix. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chopped on the ground to Strong over at third. Fields throws across the diamond. Nice scoop by Knotts at first for out number 1. Now George Khalil got hit by a pitch in the second. Has yet to get a hit so far here in 2025. Has only played in 3 games, counting this one. See if he can set the stage for the top of this order. That's the first pitch from Saldana. Inside, beamed him in the back again. Boy, oh boy, can this guy catch a break?
It's hard to get a hit when you keep getting hit.
Yeah. I mean, goodness, that one just got him square in the middle of the back. Up and in fastball.
Number 3, Ty Krittenberger.
And also, if you're Saldana, you really don't want to be giving up free bases. That can really come back to hurt you.
Now, believe it or not, in just 3 games, now Khalil leading the team in hit by pitches. So, think about that for a second as the first pitch to Krittenberger. Swung on, slow chopper to third, strong to second for 1. Throw to first is away from the first baseman and not. Strolls all the way to the wall. Krittenberger will stroll into second base. So there's a 2-out runner in scoring position.
And Krittenberger was almost certainly going to beat that out either way, but the ball gets away and he gets a free bag, and the Otters still with a chance here to get a runner in.
So that'll be a throwing error on Morgan, the second baseman. Camus, as you mentioned, now with a chance. Left-handed bat is Camus. 1 for 1, a single and a walk, as well as a run scored. First pitch to the Otters second baseman is swung on, popped up. Third base side, strong under it in foul territory, and makes the catch right on that white line. So the Otters strand 1. We now go to the top half of the 5th. 2-1 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
So, here now the top of the 5th, Montilva looking for some work around the Frontier League. We look to that Gateway-Schaumburg game. Gateway currently up 5-1, and they are no-hitting Schaumburg right now. Somehow, even though Schaumburg does have 1 run, Weinbergs has walked 4, struck out 2, does have an earned run against him, but has not given up a hit.
So well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. We'll certainly keep an eye on that, because that would be an interesting no-no for sure. We will keep an eye on that and keep you guys posted, but stay tuned right here with this one for Otters baseball, whether you're listening on 96.9 WYIR, on the Otters Digital Network, or watching on the Home Team Network. We are so glad you're here with us, taking time out of your Friday night to watch this Evansville Otters team do battle with the Lake Erie Crushers. First pitch here to Thomason is in there for a strike. Thomason, the 9-hole hitter. It'll be 9-1-2 due up as the 0-1 pitch is low, 1-1. Also, fans, it's back at Buffalo Wild Wings. All-you-can-eat wings and fries Monday through Thursday, now including traditional wings. That's right, all the wings and fries you can eat with your favorite sauce, just $19.99 for boneless and $24.99 for traditional wings. Montilva delivers the 1-1, and it's check swing. He did go around 1 and 2. Also, get all the heavy hitters together and head to Buffalo Wild Wings Mondays through Thursdays for a limited time. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville location, 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details. The 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Tell you what, the only reason I remember that is because I smell food right now. I smell pretzels. Remembered, oh, there's a food read. 2-2 pitch. High, 3-2.
Food will always permeate ballparks.
Yeah.
Ballpark food is eternal.
That is certainly the truth. Death, taxes, and ballpark food. The payoff pitch here to Thomason. Up high, ball 4, so Montilva once again walks the leadoff man. So he walked the leadoff man in the second. Leadoff homer in the fourth, followed by walking out a leadoff walk in the fifth.
So that's a tough one because you had him on the ropes at a 1-2 count and just couldn't get a pitch to find the zone after that.
Brings up Sam Franco. Franco 0 for 2, a pair of ground outs. First pitch is a bender in there for a strike 0-1. Over at first is Thomason, not a ton of steals on the year. Decent lead, 0-1. In there for a strike, snap throw over to first is not in time, just trying to keep Thomason honest. So 0-2, that's 2 straight breaking balls that started on the outer half and eventually made their way to the outside corner. The 0-2. Up high, 1-2. Seems like he's missing a lot high right now. There is some loosening in the Otters' pin. That being Zach Folker up and throwing. A ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Here is the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Blew it by him. German-American Bank strikeout.
That's our Hoosier Lottery strikeout. Our staff will
Brings up Burl Dixon.
Just went up at the zone on that one, and like we say a lot, you know, those high fastballs look really good, but they're really hard to hit. Able to get it by him on that one.
Dixon, big left-hander, has struck out and popped out. Slightly open stance, an athletic bend at the knees as he takes strike 1 down and away. Dixon, 6 feet 5 inches tall, from Sacramento, California. That's a long way from Lake Erie. The 0-1 pitch. Thought about it, and it's a strike anyway, 0-2. Nice pitch there from Montilva, just on the up and away corner at 90 miles an hour. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Infield is playing traditionally, same with the outfield. The 0-2 pitch. Just a hair outside, 1-2. Montilva thought it was strike 3, was starting to make his way around. But a ball and 2 strikes. Sun just now starting to set here in Evansville. Twilight hours beginning. The 1-2. Swung on, popped him up. That's going to be way shallow center. Incoming is Brown, but Camus calls him off and makes the catch for out number 2.
It's really good to see how consistently the Otters infield are able to track down these fly balls. It can be really tough, especially, you know, for guys that are more akin to getting ground balls, but really, especially with Camus and Khalil, we've seen them do fantastic jobs at always tracking those pop flies and not letting any of them fall.
Alfredo Gonzalez to bat. He's 0 for 2 as well. First pitch to him. Swung on, popped him up. Shallow center. In on it is Brown, tracking, making the catch for out number 3. So we are just chugging along here at Bosse Field. Halfway through, we go to the bottom half of 5. 2-1, Evansville in front on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library.
Enrique Saldana back for a fifth inning of work. He's been effective thus far. He will face the very potent middle of this Otters order, though, it being Graham Brown, L.J. Jones, J.T. Benson, the three due up. Here is Graham Brown, 0 for 2 tonight, but other than that has been red hot. En fuego, as some would say.
I think both of these pitchers have done a really good job at fooling the hitters, not just by striking them out, but forcing them into more weak contact than you normally would. When we saw how Gonzalez reacted after he popped out on that one, he was upset just because of how much he got fooled.
0-1 pitch now to Brown is down and away, 1-1. When you have a starting pitcher like that doing what he's doing, it gives all the confidence in the world to a team. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled right back. But also, you want to go out there and put runs on the board for him. It's obviously a great pitching performance, not all guaranteeing a win. I mean, how about Jacob deGrom in 2018 or 2021, really? It's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive center field. Back on it, Franco. Good beat and makes the catch for out number 1. Solid contact from Brown, but right at Franco.
Sometimes you can hit the ball as well as you can, but it's not going to fall. That was 102 off the bat, but almost in a sense you hit it too well because you didn't hit it weak enough for it to drop in front of that center fielder.
One of those in-betweeners where you make really solid contact, not far enough to get out, not weak enough to fall. The pitch to Jones is just outside, 1-0. Jones today has reached twice. He has scored once, 2 walks for him. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, little blooper into shallow center. Back on it, Morgan. In on it, Franco. Morgan's going to be the one to make the play over the shoulder catch. 2 away. So just like that, 2 gone, and J.T. Benson comes up.
We'll see if the Otters can try to string together a few hits here to go on a 2-out rally. Seen this team do that quite a bit this year, and Benson 2 for 2 on the day. See if he can get them started.
One of them an RBI single all the way back in the first. The first pitch is in there for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch now. Up and in. Got him right in the middle of the back. So another hit by pitch. Saldana has struggled a little bit with that. He's now hit 4 total batters. Well, 3 total batters. He's hit a batter 4 times because Khalil's been plunked twice, but that'll extend the inning for Pavin Parks. Pavin 0 for 2. He is struck out looking as well as grounded into a double play. The first pitch to Pavin. Inside for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base, J.T. Benson. 5 steals on the year for Benson, so be on the lookout. Maybe not with 2 outs. The 1-1 is outside, 2-0, excuse me.
And I think one of the things that Pavin has done really well, even though the average isn't there, he's done a good job being patient and waiting for his pitch. And we'll see what he can do now with the 2-0 count.
Throw over to first, not nearly in time on Benson.
I do think that sometimes, when Pavin goes up there, he can get caught trying to do too much and ends up swinging at a couple pitches that he shouldn't be swinging at. So does really well when he can put himself in good hitters counts.
The 2-0 pitch. That one's going to be down and in, missing 3-0. Think you give him the green light here, or does he take all the way?
With 2 outs, runner on first, and Pavin Parks to the plate, I would 1,000% give him the green light.
See if he has it. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to the Otters third baseman in Parks. That one is a strike on the outer half. Close, 3-1. Pavin's been on the end of a couple of bad ones. That one close enough for it's not egregious. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here it is from Saldana. Big rip at it, swung and fouled her right back into the screen. Will have a payoff.
And now with Benson on the move, and with Benson's speed, a hit into the gap will almost certainly score one.
Infield playing him to pull, same with the outfield. The 3-2. Up and away, ball 4. So Pavin works a walk, bringing up Keenan Taylor with 2 on and 2 away. Taylor has reached once via the hit by pitch and is also grounded out. There will be a meeting. We'll see if this spells the end for Saldana. There is action up and going. Doesn't necessarily look like they're going to bring someone new in. It's just going to be a conversation. In the pen warming is Corbin Foy. But it will still be Enrique on the bump for Lake Erie. The Crushers, in my opinion, one of the better color schemes in all of the Frontier League. They have purple and green as their 2 primaries. Great logo as well. Lake Erie Crushers mascot is a grape. The first pitch to Taylor is taking all the way, and that's going to be ball 1. Keenan with a clutch series against Schaumburg. He had himself quite the night. The first game of that series as the 1-0 pitch swung on, foul right back, 1-1.
And nearing 100 pitches here for Saldana in his first professional game back. Obviously he's almost certainly, thrown a lot of balls coming into the season, but you wonder how much that fatigue is really wearing him down right now.
A ball and a strike, 2 outs. Here it is. Runners go. That one's going to be low for a ball. Throw down to second, not in time. The double steal is successful. So Benson now to third, Parks to second. That was quite the epic stolen base, if I do say so myself. Provided by Epic Insurance Midwest. Now 2-1 to Keenan Taylor, who works with 2 runners in scoring position with 2 down. The pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. So count all evened up for him. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Taylor awaits the pitch from Saldana, but time is called as he steps off. That'll be his first disengagement. Now Taylor is ready, back in the box. Saldana sets, and out of the stretch he fires the 2-2. swung on, poked foul, and it's going to be an overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Heads Construction.
So count staying at 2-2.
Never regret it.
Evansville trying to provide some insurance to their starter who has been really good tonight in Montilva. The 2-2 pitch. Thought about it. Did he go around? He did not. 3-2. Whoa.
This is a big at-bat here. The Otters so far in Montilva starts only scored 2 runs, and they didn't score until the 7th inning when Montilva started in Mississippi. They've given him 2 right now, and so far he's let that be enough, but you'd like to give him a little bit extra room.
The 3-2. Swung on, grounded to third, scooped up by Strong. Throw to first on the run is in time for out number 3. So the Otters, strand 2, can't score. We go to the top half of the 6th on the Otters Digital Network and 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Montilva's day is done. Zach Volker's day begins. Montilva finishes with a line of 5 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. But Zach Volker comes into the game, his 2nd appearance as an Evansville Otter.
Yeah, and he did a really nice job in his last appearance for the Otters. Came in and pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, did give up 1 run, but struck out 3, ended up recording the win in that appearance. That 1 run came on the home run to Andrew Soika on a pitch that was quite a bit above the zone. So it's one of those where you kind of shrug your shoulders and be like, tip of the cap, I wouldn't expect anyone to get to that. So looked really good in his 2nd appearance. His 1st appearance of the year was a little bit shaky, but it was good to see him really get into it. So excited to see what he can do here as he tries to maintain this 1-run lead.
He's a guy that can get up to the mid-90s on the fastball. Works with a couple of off-speed offerings as well. That's the first pitch now to Scout Knotts. Is outside for ball 1. Knotts is 1 for 1. A solo shot back in the 4th, which is all of the offense for Lake Erie today. He has also reached via the walk. The 1-0 pitch. Up and in at 93, 2-0. Oh, and they're going to call that a hit by pitch. So Knotts is going to take his base over at first. Must have nicked him on the hand.
It made contact with something. I could hear it. I couldn't tell if it was the glove of Felix or if it was the hand of Knotts.
So now Strong, left-handed batter, will work with the runner on base. Scout Knotts has now reached all 3 times he's been to the plate. Strong has not. He has struck out and he has walked. Volker sets. In the first pitch, he fires. Is swung on and chopped on the ground. Diving play by Camo. Over to first. Now to first, and he is out. A double play. Alay Camus diving towards the first base side. Spinning throw to Khalil at second, and the relay in time by about half a step for a phenomenal double play.
We were talking about the defense between Camo and Khalil, and Camus, he had to dive for it and then take enough time on a knee, throw it over to Khalil, and Khalil with a strike to first in time for 2. a huge double play to erase that first pitch or first at-bat hit by pitch.
Morgan now stands in and takes a strike down Main Street.
I mentioned mid-90s. He dropped that one in at 79. Talk about pulling the string.
Now the 0-1 from Volker. Swung on. That one's going to get past and through the right side of the infield for a knock. 2-out single for Morgan. Brings up Dario Gomez. 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout looking. That's just the third hit of the night for Lake Erie. That 2-out single by Morgan. First pitch to Gomez. Swung on, popped foul and into the net. 0-1. Infield straight up, same with the outfield. As the 0-1 pitch from Volker is way outside. Nice back pick there by Justin Felix to keep it in front of him and prevent Morgan from swiping second base.
Morgan was 35 for 40 on stolen base attempts in college. Just a number to keep an eye on.
1 ball, 1 strike. Decent lead over at first by Morgan. The pitch is a bender in there, a 1-2. Gomez, the right fielder for this Crushers team, awaits the 1-2 offering. Swung on, foul right back, count stays.
And Volker doing a really good job controlling his stuff for the most part. Obviously did hit a batter, but we've talked about it. When he's able to control his fastball and his off-speed stuff, he's got really, really good stuff, and he can be a really good arm out of this Otters bullpen.
1-2 once more. Outside, 2-2. Corbin Foy looks to be done warming over in the Crushers bullpen. So we'll see if that's who is brought in to relieve Saldana. That one swung on, popped high in the air on the infield. Camus ranging over, but L.J. Jones calling everyone off and making the play over near the first base bag. So that takes us to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 still, Evansville in front here in this quick game. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR or the Otters Digital Network.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and more can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Back here in historic Bosse Field, new pitcher on the bump for Lake Erie. It's Corbin Foy coming in for Enrique Saldana, who pitched 5 innings of just 2-run baseball. He did strike out 4. He stranded a bunch of Evansville Otters on base. 8 Otters were stranded on base with Saldana in.
Otters had they had some chances. They really made them work, and it really felt like you could have more runs on the board. It feels like they should have more runs on the board, but you do have the lead right now. You're into the bullpen. Just got to, get some work done and hopefully extend this lead for your bullpen.
Now here's Justin Felix, 0 for 2, the first pitch to him. Foy pumps a fastball in there for strike one.
It's interesting here. Foy, for the most part during his career, has been a starter, at least more recently. So out of the bullpen here for Lake Erie.
Felix checks his swing, did not go around as it was a tad outside, 1-1.
His one appearance this year, he did start. He only pitched 3 1/3 innings, but did start, only gave up 1 run. So again, interesting opponent here for the Otters.
1-1 offering. Swung on, looping line drive into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Justin Felix begins the 6th with a single. Now George Khalil. We'll see if he does anything other than get hit by a pitch here in this at-bat.
Yeah, Felix managed to go down and get that one and still pull it into left center field. Obviously, he is extremely strong, but he just showed it there. When he makes contact with the ball, it comes off the bat quickly.
Khalil has yet to register an official at-bat. He has 2 plate appearances, both ending in the hit by pitch. First pitch to him, squares around a bunt, places it down perfectly. Charging is strong. He fields, he throws in time by about a step, but gets the job done. Is now Justin Felix standing on second base.
He was charging fast, so fast he ended up running into home plate umpire Miguel Rivera Cruz. At the end of that play, saw him hugging him, trying to apologize.
Well, you don't want to get a bad strike call the next time you're up to the plate. Good throw. Good strong throw, though, by Strong.
It's a couple of times we've seen him make a play and then make a strong throw right there.
Is a conversation out on the mound between Gonzalez and Foy? But Gonzalez retreating back to his position behind the dish. It will be Ty Crittenberger. 0 for 3, reached on an error, struck out twice so far tonight. Now working with Justin Felix standing on second base in scoring position. The first pitch to him is taken in there for a strike, 0-1. Otters looking to extend this slim 1-run lead, the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, 0-2. On a fastball right in the wheelhouse, just couldn't quite catch up to it. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Crittenberger batting, the pitcher and Foy delivers to home. And it's taken just a bit low. Man, that one was a little close to take on an 0-2 count, but succeeds in 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch. That one taken outside, 2-2 now.
Crittenberger not afraid to take pitches on 2 strikes. That is for sure.
Count evened at 2 apiece. Bottom 6, 2-1. Evansville in front of Lake Erie. Here it is to Crittenberger. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A little half swing there from Crittenberger. And there's 2 away now.
We'll see if Camus here can try to drive in this runner from second. Big insurance run out there.
Camus is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Popped out his last time. First pitch is on the outside half for a strike, 0-1. On deck would be Graham Brown. As Foy sets and gets ready to fire the 0-1. Here it is. Way wide, 1-1. The Otters, only 4 hits tonight. They have out-hit Lake Erie somehow. 4-3, though, as they lead it 2-1 total.
We talked about the good pitching staff for Lake Erie and seen a great Otters team match them here.
1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, a little out in front. 1-2. Both teams have committed an error as well. Nice pitcher's duel tonight. Love to see it after 3 straight games of blistering offense against Schaumburg. Pitchers don't mind, that's for sure. 1-2 from Foy to Camus. Taken outside, 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base is Felix. Camus looking to extend the inning, possibly even drive him in. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Foy gets out of it on a high heater. We now go into the 7th. Score stays at 2-1. You're listening on 96.9 WYIR and the Otters Digital Network.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville-Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND-CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
Moving to the 7th inning here in Bosse Field as the pitcher, still Volker, tries to maintain this 1-run lead for the Evansville Otters. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas Mackin alongside Riley Angel as the Otters lead Lake Erie 2-1 in a game that has been really all pitchers after, Tuesday through Thursday, it was all hitters.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting change of pace after getting 3 straight games where both teams score 15 or more combined. But, pitchers, we knew that Lake Erie was going to come in with a dominant pitching staff and that the Evansville Otters would have to match it. And so far, they've done a good job of it.
It was Montilla for 5 innings, gave up 1 run on that home run, did walk 3, but was able to manage to get out any of the jams he had. Volker last inning gave up a hit, but worked a clean inning as he tries to work a second clean inning. And it'll be the left fielder, Kyle Huckstorf, to meet him. Huckstorf 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error back in the second inning. Now he faces Volker for the first time. From the windup, delivers in, swinging, miss. He's behind 0-1. Zach Volker pitching from the windup in his 3rd appearance for the Otters. Next one into Huckstorf. Outside. Checked his swing. Count at 1-1. Huckstorf and Volker, old Iowa teammates, facing off here at Bosse Field. There's the 1-1 pitch. Ripped at the middle. Camo will dive. It's going to go off his glove into the outfield for a base hit. And so a leadoff base knock for Huckstorf will lead to the 9-hole hitter Logan Thomason.
Shortstop.
Camus came up favoring one of his legs with a bit of a limp. You can kind of see it right now, working it out, but it seems like he's going to stay in the game. Good news for the Otters. Camus, a big piece.
So now Volker from the stretch will come set. That was the first pitch into Thomason. Stays high, count at 1-0.
See what, I would not be surprised if Huckstorf goes here. He seemed to get down real low. So you're primed and ready to take off.
Volker delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one stays up and in. Count now at 2-0. Huckstorf in college, 38 for 43 on stolen base attempts. Volker would certainly know that, being his old teammate. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Huckstorf takes off. Off-speed pitch. That's in there for a strike. Throw over to second is late. So mark it down. The second stolen base of the year for Huckstorf. And so now there's a runner in scoring position with no one away for Zach Volker. Count at 2-1 now after that strike. Volker will look in. He'll come set and deliver. Stays outside. Count at 3-1 now. Get some quick action in the Otters bullpen now. Volker tries to fight back in this count. He'll deliver the 3-1 pitch into Thomason. That one just misses inside, so a hit, now a walk. We'll go back to the top of the lineup, and Sam Franco.
It is Nick McAuliffe up and going for Evansville. See how quickly he gets ready.
And we'll get a conversation on the mound. As Franco comes to the plate, he's 0 for 3 on the day. Looks to turn it around with runners on. This top 3 in the lineup, all 0 for 3 on the day, have not been able to find anything. It's really come from the back half of this lineup.
Yeah, it has, and we'll see if they find some new success against a new guy in Volker, but they just weren't seeing Montova very well at all. 0 for 9 combined. Definitely not what you want to see out of your first 3. Hopefully for the Otters, that trend continues through the rest of this game. But now, if you're Lake Erie, you really want these guys to come through in this big spot.
So after the mound visit, Volker will head back to the mound. The leadoff hitter Franco will step into the right-handed batter's box. Runners on first and second, no one away here. In the top of the 7th inning as the Otters lead 2-1. 4 hits on either side, an error on either side. First pitch into Franco. That one stays low, and he's behind 1-0. Franco in his 12th game of the season. I mentioned starting at a 391 OBP, not a guy who really draws walks. That pitch catches the zone, count at 1-1. Had only 3 walks all of last season in his 29 games with Lake Erie. In his final season in Purdue, in 32 at-bats, walked once. So Volker will come set, deliver the 1-1 pitch into Franco. That one stays inside, count at 2-1. Franco looks to turn around his fortunes on this day. As Volker comes set, delivers the 2-1 pitch. Pulled the string on him, got him swinging. Count at 2-2. Volker trying to work his way out of this jam, trying to maintain this slim lead for Evansville. So he looks into Felix. He'll come set. 2-2 pitch into Franco. That one is hit off the end of the bat into foul territory. LJ Jones will track it and bring it in for out number one. So a big out number one for Volker. So comes back to get him. And it will lead to the DH today, Burl Dixon.
Just tied him up there on the up and in pitch. Even though it was only 83, Volker got him to jam himself, pushed it the other way, right there for LJ Jones to make the grab.
Just like Franco, Dixon trying to turn around an 0-for-3 day. So he steps into the left-handed batter's box. Came into the season with a 500 OBP. First pitch from Volker. Taken outside, count at 1-0. Dixon, a tall left-hander, standing at 6'5". Was drafted by the Royals in the 18th round back in 2019. Spent 3 seasons with them before joining independent ball. That one finds his own, count at 1-1. Last year with Lake Erie, he played in 77 games, hit .227 with 4 home runs, had 16 doubles. Volker will step off and chase back his former teammate. He'll get back to the mound. Volker looks in. He'll come set and deliver the 1-1 pitch into Dixon. That one catches the zone, count at 1-2 now.
A taller guy like Dixon, that one's going to be a strike all the time. Seems a little high to spectators whenever you see the catcher reach up for it, but guy who's 6'5", the zone obviously is much bigger.
Volker spent time between Great Falls and Ottawa last year. Great Falls in the Pioneer League, Ottawa obviously here in the Frontier League. That next pitch stays high. Count at 2-2. I think Dixon thought maybe it was an off-speed pitch coming at him, but that one was over the plate.
It wasn't as inside as he made it look. I mean, 94 up and in, eye level, not something you want to take chances with as a hitter, but a little bit of theatrics there, maybe.
You always want to make sure you protect your noggin. Count now 2-2 into the DH tonight, Burl Dixon. Volker will come set and deliver. Runners take off. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Throw down to third is not in time, so a double steal. But they do get the second out on a German-American strikeout. And with 2 away, it'll bring up the catcher, former Chicago White Sox, Alfredo Gonzalez. And you wonder there if maybe Felix had thought about throwing to second.
A bit of hesitation, maybe.
I think it was a late jump from Thomason. I don't think he was expecting the steal. Might have been able to get him, but either way, there's still 2 away, and if you get this guy, you get out of the inning. But it's not an easy task. First pitch into Gonzalez. That one gets away from Felix. He'll get back to the wall. Runner's coming home. The throw is wide. And Paven will get back to it, but the runner will score. And on a wild pitch, this game is tied.
You know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they call that a pass ball. As a catcher, that's a pitch you have to be able to bring in. And all of a sudden, Volker is now limping back to the mound. I mean, that's a breaking ball about an inch outside. And we're trying to frame it before the ball's in your mid and get outside of the secondary position. When there's a runner 90 feet away at third, that's the tying run. Now all of a sudden, Volker's going to have to come out of the game.
Yeah, it looks like Volker will be forced out of the game. And you wonder if Felix maybe thought it was tried to call a fastball and didn't expect the off-speed, but either way, it's going to be a new pitcher for the Otters. When we come back, we'll talk more about him. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network, and on 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Nick McAuliffe, the new pitcher for the Evansville Otters. Felix still behind the plate. That pitcher-catcher battery sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Nick McAuliffe, the new pitcher, his second appearance of the year. He looks to try to get out of this jam with the Otters still tied.
Yeah, this is his first professional year in his debut. Struck out one, did not give up a run, did walk one, give up a hit, but looked effective. Now he does work with 2 outs, so the load not as heavy, but he will work with a runner at third base, that being the go-ahead run after a very interesting way the tying run came in to score, but facing a former major leaguer here, so the Rook definitely going to have some work to do.
It's Alfredo Gonzalez, count at 1-0. Mentioned his short time in the major leagues, his long time within minor league organizations. First pitch in from McAuliffe on the 1-0 count. That one catches the zone, evens it back up at 1-1. 10 seasons in the minor leagues. Played in 3 games in the majors, did record a hit and an RBI. 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled back. Count at 1-2 now. So McAuliffe has come in and attacked Gonzalez right away. Gonzalez played some time with the Charleston Dirty Birds in the Atlantic League before taking 2023 off, then joining Lake Erie last year. Had 9 home runs in 157 at-bats. That pitch in the dirt, stopped by Felix. It will hold the runner at third. Count now at 2-2. Good stop from Felix on that one. We'll see how McAuliffe attacks this hitter now. Gonzalez in the right-handed batter's box. McAuliffe comes set, delivers the 2-2 pitch. Ripped right towards Khalil. He'll bring it in for out number 3. So the Crushers do get one and tie the game up, but the Otters still maintain the tie. They'll head to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network on 96.9 WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library. Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com.
Brand new ball game here in Bossy Field, as we are now tied. It'll be Graham Brown to meet Corbin Foy here in his second inning of work. Brown still looking for his first hit on the day. Last at bat hit the ball on the knob, but flew out to center field. He'll be followed by LJ Jones and JT Benson. Foy in his first inning of work did give up a hit, but did strike out 2 and got out of the inning clean. So he now tries to maintain this tie. Fernandez gets back behind the plate, and Graham Brown will come to the plate. So he looks to try to get the Otters started here in this bottom half of the inning.
Center fielder, number 24, Graham Brown.
And we've seen Graham Brown on multiple occasions hit leadoff doubles to start innings. This will be another big opportunity for that. Swinging at the first pitch, hefty swing at that one, but comes up empty, and he's behind 0-1. Looks like he'll take time to reset. He'll step back into the box. Graham Brown coming into the game scorching. 421 OBP, a 660 slugging percentage. Swings at that one, just missed it, but foul. Now he's behind 0-2 and has to battle. Did a good job working walks last night, had a couple of them alongside a 4-for-4 night. That one chopped up the middle, and that one's going to get to the second baseman, throw on the run. It's not going to be in time. Graham Brown beats it out on a backhand play by Davey Morgan. And the Otters have their leadoff runner on here in the seventh inning.
Yeah, and Brown can run. I think any other runner on this team, maybe other than Keenan Taylor, I think gets out there. But great effort by Morgan, just a little too late on that throw.
Now he's at first, had 4 steals in the game last night. We'll see if he wants to go here or if he'll wait. First pitch into Jones. Checked his swing, but he went. He's behind 0-1. With those 4 steals last night, now 6 for 7 on the year in stolen base attempts. Next pitch into Jones. Rips that one, and it's dropped by the third baseman, Smith. They'll throw to first. That one is going to be just in time on the dig from the first baseman, Knotts.
I hate to be that guy, but that play over at first, it's close, but he's safe. He's safe by about a step and a half over there. Tough try over there by Strong, just took it right off the gullet. But throw to first, LJ got there, and I don't think it's, after seeing the replay, I don't think it's necessarily close anymore.
And Logan Thomason was the one that picked it up, and honestly, they're lucky they had an easy play at second with Graham Brown having to hold, so they do end up going to first. The bang-bang play goes the way of the Crushers. With 1 away and a runner in second, it's JT Benson. He fouls that one overhead. An overhead foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Benson, couple of hits on the day, including an RBI base hit. And with that runner on second, he'll try to bring him in to give the Otters the lead. Benson will wait the 0-1 pitch in from Foy. That one stays low, count at 1-1. A 2-for-2 night for JT Benson. Also got hit by a pitch. Looks to try to help the Otters here in a big way. 1-1 pitch. Checked his swing. Didn't go, says the first base umpire, who's over at second base, Anthony Atkinson.
Whenever they pointed over to first, Knotts looked at him like, "What? I don't know. What do you want me to do?"
Count at 2-1 now. Pitch into Benson. That one ran in and hit him again. And that one looked like it stung. So the second time Benson has been hit tonight, the fifth Otter hit by a pitch. Fifth time an Otter has been hit by a pitch, I should say. And now runners will be on first and second with only one away.
I think that's more of a stinger than anything. He is wearing that elbow guard, but every once in a while you get one just the right angle, gets up and over it, somehow still hits that funny bone, even though that's the main part you're covering. But I think that just a tough break there from JT, getting hit there just right to invoke that reaction. He's fine. He's going to make his way to first.
The official attendance tonight, 4,094 here on this Friday night as they come to support their Otters. And we're going to get a pitching change for the Crushers. Paving Parks will be up with a couple of runners on when we come back after the short break. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org. Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800.
New pitcher on the mound is left-handed pitching Kenny Pearson. Behind the plate still Alfredo Gonzalez. That pitcher-catcher battery is sponsored by the Ansett Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Ansett Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Southpaw on the mound for the Crushers as he looks to try to shut down this Otters attack here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
This is his second season in a Lake Erie uniform. He's spent since 2021 in the Frontier League. He began his Frontier League career in Southern Illinois, then went to Washington, then Quebec, won a championship there, and then Lake Erie, and now stays with Lake Erie. Last year, a 4.58 ERA and 39 innings pitched. We'll see what he can do. Didn't necessarily have any issues with the walks. Only 25 walks to his 43 strikeouts.
He'll be tasked with facing off against the left-handed hitting Pavin Parks. Graham Brown is on second after his base hit. JT Benson on first after he got hit by his second pitch of the night. The Otters looking to try to take the lead here. We're tied 2-2 in the bottom of the seventh inning. The Crushers tied it in the top half. Runners take off. It's Graham Brown who will just take off. Throw to third. That one is not going to be a time. The throw beat him, but Graham Brown avoided the tag. What a sliding play by Graham Brown. And we're going to have an argument.
Yeah, and there I think the Otters then get put in favor of a bang-bang call that maybe, oh, they tossed him.
Manager Jared Lemieux making his feelings heard, and he's going to get tossed in this one in the bottom of the seventh inning. And again, it was a close play, and obviously the throw beat him, so you're just going to assume that he got tagged. We'll see if we can get a good replay on this, see if we can see what happened. Graham Brown took off. The slide in, little swim move. He was safe. He beat that. The
absolutely.
replay showed it. He did beat him. And that's all that's going to be wrote for the manager, Jared Lemieux. JT Benson did not steal with Graham Brown, so he's still at first. But now a runner only 90 feet away with only one away.
And I'll tell you what, Lemieux must have said something crazy as he was walking away because that throw out was quick and it was sudden.
I was looking down. I didn't see the motion, but
it was wild.
Not as much leeway as we saw with the last crew.
Yeah, that's for sure.
0-1 pitch into Pavin Parks. That one's taken high. Count moves to 1-1. So the job here for Pearson just got that much more difficult. Kenny Pearson standing at 6'4". Spent 4 years with the Notre Dame Falcons of Ohio in the Mountain East Conference. That one is ripped in the center field. That one's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Franco. Brown is going to score. Benson's going to be on his way to third. He's going to slide in safe. Parks will stay at first, and the Otters take that lead right back in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Pavin Parks comes through in a big way. There's still only one away and a runner on third, and that will lead to the DH tonight, Keenan Taylor.
Man, and that's one Pavin just absolutely loves to get. He got a pitch right down the middle that he didn't square up. Maybe wants that one back a little bit, but dropped down. Finally found a place to put one of those.
And not his hardest hit ball, but the one that drops. First pitch into Keenan Taylor with runners on the corners and one away. He'll take that one outside. Count moves to 1-0. Crowd breaking out into some Let's Go Otters chants.
I'll join him.
Keenan Taylor in the right-handed batter's box. We'll see the 1-0 pitch. That one just catches the zone. Count moves to 1-1. Keenan Taylor 0 for 2 on the day, did reach via a hit by pitch. The only Otter to be hit by a pitch today, it's only happened once. 1-1 pitch into Taylor. He just flips his bat out there, and that one is going to fall in front of the right fielder, Gomez. Benson's going to score from third. The Otters double their lead on a Keenan Taylor bloop single. They lead 4-2. A pitch that was well outside the zone. Keenan Taylor just throws his bat out there and finds some green grass. And after a night like last night where you saw Schaumburg do that a lot in the 10th inning, the Otters are getting some favorable falls here.
Yeah, certainly feels good after the way that last night went. And how about Keenan Taylor? Talk about a clutch gene.
So now with only one away still, runners on first and second base for Justin Felix as he swings at the first pitch. That one's popped up. Knotts will camp under it in foul territory and bring it in for a quick out number 2. And with 2 away, it'll be up to George Khalil to try to help extend this lead.
Khalil still not an official at bat. A sac bunt, got hit by a pitch twice. See how he does here in a pretty big spot for the 9-hole guy.
So you're saying if he can draw a walk, he could potentially go a perfect 0 for 0 today.
Hey, I think he'd be perfectly fine with that.
Khalil will step into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from the southpaw Pearson. Huge jump from Parks, but he gets back. Takes a secondary lead now. First pitch catches the zone for a strike. He's behind 0-1.
Wonder if Parks might see something and Pearson that Brown saw whenever he took off.
Obviously would be a risky play with 2 away, but a double steal would get Taylor into scoring position. 0-1 pitch in from Pearson. Khalil takes that one just inside part of the plate. Counted 0-2.
And despite a couple of calls to Pavin, Rivera Cruz behind the dish has been really good tonight.
Now Khalil's going to have to battle as we'll get a quick timeout. And Khalil will step back in as the pitch clock resets. 0-2 count here. Otters have scored 2 in this inning to take a 4-2 lead. So they look to try to take down the division-leading Lake Erie Crushers. Next pitch. Khalil fouls that one off as he stays alive. Count still at 0-2.
Good battle there from Khalil. Knows that one's way too close to take on the down and in corner. Seems like he might have fouled it off himself, but he stayed alive. Buys himself at least one more pitch.
And even when a pitch isn't hitting him, he's hitting himself.
Yeah.
Just one of those nights. Count still at 0-2 for Khalil. Runners on first and second with 2 away as the Otters try to extend their lead once more. 0-2 pitch into Khalil. Lifts that one into center field. That one is going to send Franco back, and he will get under it for out number 3. So the Otters leave a couple on, but they score 2 as they take a 4-2 lead. We head to the 8th inning. The Otters leading 4-2. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org. For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
New pitcher for the Evansville Otters is Paven Parks. He'll step in from third and pitch for the first time this year. Behind the plate is still Justin Felix. That pitcher-catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. And with that move, Raymond Gill would be moved to third base. He'll come in off the bench to play some defense. Parks pitched for the Otters last year and did a really good job of it, eventually became their closer as the season went to the end.
And the reason he hasn't been in pitching so far this year is he dealt with a bit of some wrist issues early on in the season, and that's why he wasn't in a lot of the lineups real early on, and why he struggled a bit. But it seems like the wrist issues are fine and done with, already dealt with that. So we'll see if he can come here and be as effective as he was last season.
First one to face him will be the home run hitter tonight, Scout Knox. First pitch is taken for a strike. He gets ahead 0-1. Parks last year with the Otters appeared in 14 games, pitched to a 2.51 ERA, ended up with 7 saves on the season. From the windup, he'll deliver the 0-1 pitch. That one stays outside, count at 1-1. He also pitched with Tri-City back in 2023, where he appeared in 19 games, pitched in 21 1/3 innings, got 4 saves with them, struck out 22, walked 10. 1-1 pitch. That one stays low, count moves to 2-1. With the Otters last year, he managed to strike out 18, only walked 2. A baffling 9 strikeouts per walk. So we'll see if he can keep that streak alive here. So he'll deliver the 2-1 pitch into Knotts. That one goes inside. I believe it got him. That's what home plate umpire Rivera Cruz will say. Or not. I thought he put his hands up saying it hit him. I thought it got his shirt. I didn't think it got him. So equipment hit, but they say it didn't hit him, so now count 3-1. Parks will pitch. That one gets to the bottom of the zone. Count it 3-2. Knotts was halfway to first base.
Yeah, he tossed that bat real quick and made his way over.
That one, according to TrackMan, did catch the bottom of the zone. Of course, that's a static strike zone. But count full. Parks from the windup delivers the payoff pitch. That one chopper towards first. It's going to get through just past the glove of Camo. And so a leadoff base hit will bring in the third baseman, Seth Strong.
Knott's having himself a good day. 2 for 2 now. He's reached every time he's come to the dish. Certainly a tough pull as the leadoff guy to face this season for Parks and Knotts.
So now Parks will pitch from the stretch. Strong, no hits on the day, did walk once. He gets set in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch from Parks. That one catches the zone. He's ahead 0-1. So looks like he struggled a little bit with the first few pitches catching the zone, but looks like he's found it now. Again, a 2-run lead. Don't want to let them get on for free. He'll come set and deliver the 0-1 pitch. That one stays low, count at 1-1.
And it's so hard. I mean, obviously, it's been thrown in our face now with what Shohei has been doing at the biggest level, but to hit and to pitch at the professional level, whether it be the big leagues or here in indie ball, it's just so difficult for these guys.
Now the 1-1 pitch from Parks. That one is ripped into right field. That's going to get through for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Strong's going to take second base. They're going to wave home the runner home. The throw in to Camus. He'll be cut off. And so an RBI double will bring the tying run to second base and the go-ahead run to the plate. Davey Morgan will step into the right-handed batter's box as he'll be the next one to face Parks. So all of a sudden, it's already a one-run game. Still no one out here in the top of the 8th inning. The Otters still lead 4-3. Parks will look into Felix. He'll come set. First pitch. That one is laced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Strong had to make sure it got through, so he had to be held up, and he'll hold up at third. But now 3 straight hits for the Crushers. And it's going to take a lot of work to get out of this inning.
Yeah, a lot of hard contact against Pavin right now. That last one wasn't hit as hard, but just in the right spot, only a 74 off the bat. But then again, not a great location either. Middle low, but we'll see.
Pinch hitter, Lake Erie.
We got a new pinch hitter here for Lake Erie. It's Zach Campbell. Step into the left-handed batter's box. And it looks like Max Peterson is going to have a conversation at least with Pavin. Try to calm him down a little bit. In the meantime, Zach Campbell has appeared in 9 games for the Crushers. In 30 plate appearances, has walked 10 times, a .250 batting average, a .500 OBP. And now he will face Pavin Parks as he tries to work his way out of this and maintain this slim Otters lead, but it is going to be a tall task.
Nate Wolgemuth is up and throwing in the Otters pen.
Campbell will step into the left-handed batter's box. Parks will come set, deliver the first pitch into him. He'll take that one for a strike, and he's ahead 0-1 of Campbell. Zach Campbell in his first year of pro ball. Graduated college in 2022. Took some years off, and he's back here in 2025 playing for Lake Erie. Next pitch, he chops that one towards the first base side. LJ will take it in, and he is able to get the tag on Campbell. So he brought it in, made sure the runner didn't score from third, but is able to reach over and just barely get Zach Campbell for out number 1.
I'll tell you what, if that runner ends up reaching and no one's there to cover that bag, that is one of the biggest mental mistakes I've ever seen. Obviously, Campbell is trying to refute that it did hit him, and they're going to ask for an appeal. But again, right there, you have to have someone covering first base. Either Pavin needs to hustle to get there because that's his job, or Camus needs to come all the way from where he's playing, and he was playing to the pull side.
So Zach Campbell is refusing to leave first, but home plate umpire Miguel Rivera Cruz is telling him to get off the bag because he was ruled out, and that is the call, and it's not going anywhere.
And still some arguments persisting. Man, this Lake Erie squad's going to have to be careful. Their manager already been tossed from the game.
So there's one out. Runners are now on second and third. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. It'll be Huckstorf to the plate to face Parks. Infield is in. Base open. We'll see how they attack him here. First pitch. That one stays outside. A great block by Felix to keep in front of him. Count at 1-0. One-0 count here to Kyle Huckstorf as he looks to try to tie it or potentially even take the lead here for the Grapes. He's 1 for 3 on the day. That pitch catches the zone, and he's evened it up at 1-1. Huckstorf back into the right-handed batter's box, facing the right-handed Pavin Parks. He looks to try to maintain this one-run Otters lead. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back overhead. An overhead foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. So now the count at 1-2 as Pavin tries to look for potentially a huge strikeout. Tying run only 90 feet away with only one away. First 3 batters to face him all got hits. But he got the pinch hitter Zach Campbell, and now he's ahead of the left fielder Kyle Huckstorf. That pitch just misses inside. Count goes to 2-2.
See what, you give that last one a strike, you probably ought to give that one a strike call too.
Either way, it's a 2-2 count for Pavin Parks. As he looks into Felix, he'll come set and deliver the 2-2 pitch. That one just misses inside as well. Count moves full. Essentially the same place as the last one. Same call. Still a base open over at first. Count full here to Huckstorf. Here's the payoff pitch. That one is lifted into right field. Benson on his horse, but that one's going to tail foul. So we'll do it again. As Parks tries to work out of this jam that he put himself in. Top of the 8th inning, Otters lead 4-3, but very slim right now as Crushers already have 1 in. They have 2 on, only 1 away. Tying run 90 feet away. Here comes the full count pitch. That one in the dirt for ball 4. He walks Huckstorf. But now the double play is in order. Force at home is in order for the 9-hole hitter Logan Thomason.
I mean, yeah, like you said, now double plays in order, so the middle infield is going to go to double play depth. And the rest of the infield as well is going to go back.
Bases juiced for the Grapes. First pitch, Parks from the windup here. Hefty swing from Thomason. He comes up with nothing, and he's behind 0-1. Parks maxing out around 87 miles per hour. Next pitch into Thomason. Chopper towards Khalil. He'll take it, throw it to second for 1. Over to first. That's in time for a double play. A big double play for the Otters as they get out of the inning, still with a 1-run lead. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Otters lead 4-3. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network, and on 96.9 WYIR.
Right now in Vanderburgh County, over 800 children are in the child welfare system waiting for someone to be their voice, and you could be that voice by becoming a court-appointed special advocate, a CASA volunteer. Donating just a few hours a month of your time can change a child's life forever. Vanderburgh County CASA invites you to join them. Stand up, speak out, be for the child, be a CASA. For more information, visit vandcasa.com. That's VAND CASA.com. Ballet Indiana is made up of local ballet professionals, dedicated parents, and community members in order to provide unique and life-enriching experiences for hundreds of young dancers, while carrying out their mission to inspire a lifelong appreciation for dance for both our dancers and the Evansville community. More information on Ballet Indiana and information about their upcoming performances is available at balletindiana.org.
An exciting Hoosier Lottery double play to get the Otters out of the jam in the top of the 8th inning. They still lead 4-3 here as we enter the bottom half of the 8th. They look to try to add some more insurance here against the Southpaw Pearson. Talked about that middle infield a lot today, and for the second time they pull a huge double play, this one saving the Otters' lead.
Yeah, and that's huge. And now if the offense can go out and get just one more insurance run for the closer in Wolgemuth, who will be coming in as he's up in the bullpen right now, it would be huge. It would feel really nice for them to be able to do that.
Pearson came on with one away in the 7th inning. Gave up 2 hits, didn't give up any runs of his own. And now he'll face the Edward Jones leadoff hitter of the game, Ty Krittenberger. He's 0 for 4 in the day with 3 strikeouts as he looks to get on the board. Pearson, from the stretch, delivers the first pitch into Krittenberger, taken for a strike. He gets behind 0-1. Gateway pulling away from Schaumburg 8-1. Quebec still tied with Tri-City 4-4 in the top or bottom of the 9th. Florence did beat Washington 3-2. The Otters try to make games back against their rivals. That one stays low, count at 1-1 now. Ottawa also beat New York, who had just beaten Quebec twice. 1-1 pitch. That one stays outside. Count moves to 2-1.
And Mississippi finally getting one against Down East, 4-3.
Pearson will come set. Deliver the 2-1 pitch into Krittenberger. That one finds a zone. Count moves to 2-2. Pulled the string on him. Krittenberger was way out ahead. Couldn't get back on it in time. Pearson with a 2-2 count into Krittenberger. That one is fouled off. So he stays alive in this one. That one was an overhead foul ball. Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. 2-2 count here to the leadoff hitter, Krittenberger. Pearson delivers. Swing and miss for strike 3. So the 4th strikeout of the game for Krittenberger. And with one away, that will bring up the second baseman tonight, Alay Camus.
He's made a big play out there. He's also been on the receiving end of trying to turn quickly a double play. See if he can do it with the bat as well.
First pitch is fouled back. He's behind 0-1. Camus in the first inning managed to get a hit and came around to score. He stands at 1 for 3 on the day. Also has a walk and a strikeout. Only 6 strikeouts as a team for the Otters so far. That one is ripped up the middle. The second baseman Morgan has trouble with it, but does bring it in time and will throw it to first for out number 2. I mentioned 6 strikeouts on the day for the Otters. 4 of them have come from Krittenberger.
Yeah, he's struggled to start this year. He's had a couple of big doubles, a couple of big hits, but right now in the leadoff spot, you can't be striking out 4 times in a game when you're.
But outside of that, like I said, Otters doing a great job putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
And now it's Graham Brown as he'll step into the right-handed batter's box. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th. Brown on a 1 for 4 day he also came around to score a run. That pitch stays high. Count moves to 1-0.
I think the Otters also have done a great job at working the counts. I mean, they've done that all year, but they're really forcing these pitchers into tough situations.
1-0 pitch into Brown as he doesn't go. That one stays outside. Count moves to 2-0. Brown with a fantastic swim move to steal third. That set the Otters up in the bottom half of the 7th. 2-0 count now as he looks to try to extend this 8th inning. That one is swung on a miss as he got the string pulled out from under him. It's 2-1 now.
That's a 74-mile-per-hour breaker from Pearson's gross.
Especially in a count where you would expect fastball.
Yeah.
So now a 2-1 count for the southpaw. As he delivers. That one stays outside. Count at 3-1. Graham Brown, who came in as hot as any batter in the Frontier League. Mostly neutralized to this point, but a huge hit and a huge stolen base has really been the difference. 3-1 pitch. That one is lifted high into the air towards right field. Gomez will go back to it, and about a couple feet in front of the warning track will bring it in for out number 3. We head to the top of the 9th inning. The Otters leading 4-3 as they try to close this one out. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network at 96.9 WYIR.
Maintaining our independence becomes more and more vital as we age. Swerka and More can help you navigate this important journey by answering your questions and connecting you to free and unbiased community resources and support services. If you are seeking advice for yourself or a loved one, let Swerka be your first call. More information available at swerka.org or by calling 812-464-7800. Originally opening in 2004, Jacobs Village has been a home for adults with disabilities, giving these great residents a wonderful opportunity to live life just like you and me. Jacobs Village mission is to continue building a safe, walkable neighborhood community where people with disabilities and older adults can find meaningful relationships, affordable and accessible housing, and activities to keep their bodies and minds engaged. We can't wait to have Jacobs Village at the ballpark on July 3rd for our annual Red, White, and Blue Night. More information on this great community partner is available at jacobsvillage.org.
Nate Wolgemuth is called upon to try to earn his second save in as many attempts. Wolgemuth on the mound. Felix behind the plate. That pitcher and catcher battery is sponsored by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Mentioned that Wolgemuth in for his second save opportunity. The last time he was out, he earned the save. Went an inning, struck out 3, didn't give up a hit, didn't give up a walk. Pitched only 12 pitches to get out of that one. We'll see if he can do something similar here.
And that was his first career save as well. He has been slotted into this closer role for the Otters and did a great job that first attempt. He's had a good season thus far, and now he will face the top 3 here for Lake Erie, who have struggled tonight, knock on wood, but Wolgemuth with a solid chance here to give the Otters an series opening win against Lake Erie and get a game up on Lake Erie and on Washington.
This is the 4th appearance for him this year. He's pitching 4 innings. The only runs he gave up was that 2-run home run to Gateway. Otters would still end up coming in to win that game. First pitch into the leadoff hitter, Sam Franco. He fouls that one off, and he's quickly ahead 0-1.
It's just a real tough night for 1 through 3 in this Lake Erie lineup. They are 0 for 12 combined.
Wolgemuth from the windup. The 0-1 pitch. That ran in, almost got him. Count moves to 1-1. Wolgemuth finished up at Rogers State last year. That one stays low. Count moves to 2-1 now. In his first professional season here with the Evansville Otters. 2-1 pitch. That one is fouled back overhead. An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best and never regret it. Did a great job running in on Franco the couple of times he's gotten to foul that ball off.
Yeah, and with a lot of late life on that fastball, you'll see him try to work inside to a lot of guys. Definitely has the ability to break some bats.
From the windup, the 2-2 pitch. That one is a blooper into right field. It is sinking. It's going to fall in front of Benson. Benson will corral it keep Franco at first, but a bloop base hit to start this inning off for the Grapes. And it'll be up to Burrow Dixon.
And that's a good spot. Down and in on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball right on the black. Just able to somehow get the bat head to it and loop it into the perfect spot over in right field. Kind of the same way the 10th inning started last night for Schaumburg.
So a bad luck base hit. He'll now pitch from the stretch. He tries to focus back in. It's now Burrow Dixon, the left-handed hitting outfielder. First pitch taken for a strike. He's ahead 0-1.
A lot of arm side run to that fastball.
I say Dixon, just like everyone else in top three, still looking for his first hit on the night. He's struck out twice. Next pitch stays inside, count at 1-1. Wolgemuth has looked really good so far this year. Again, that 2-run home run against Gateway is his only blemish on the year. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. One pitch. Swinging strike for Dixon, comes up with nothing. Count it 1-2. Pulled the string a little bit there at 84, up in the zone. And again, if you can keep these hitters on edge, keep mixing up that speed, it's going to be tough for them to do damage against you. Count 1-2 for Wolgemuth as he looks into Felix. He'll step off and reset the pitch clock. He'll step back to the mound as Dixon takes his time getting back into the box. He's back in. Wolgemuth set and delivers the 1-2 pitch. Stays high, count moves to 2-2. You see Dixon, he was tempted by that one, even though it was way above the zone.
When you have a fastball around 93, 94, getting up to the mid-90s, eye-level fastball doesn't, it looks good because of how fast and how much ride it has coming in.
2-2, fouled off, stays alive, we'll do it again. Franco, the tying run over at first. As Wolgemuth trying to make sure he doesn't get any further than that. Wolgemuth will look in. He'll come set. He'll deliver the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A German-American Bank strikeout, the first out of the 9th inning. And with 1 away, that will lead to Alfredo Gonzalez.
Decent sequence there. Got him almost going at a real high fastball, then one that was just at the top of the zone. I don't know if he meant to tunnel that breaking pitch above the zone on the top shelf, but even if he didn't, it certainly worked.
Alfredo Gonzalez to the plate, still looking for his first hit on the night. Takes the first pitch for a strike. He's behind 0-1. His last at bat, a rocket to George Khalil, but Khalil just right in the perfect spot. Wolgemuth will look in to Felix. He'll come set. Franco over at first. 0-1 pitch will come in. That one stays outside. Count moves to 1-1. Franco over at first. So far on the year, he's attempted to steal bags in 6 times. He's been caught 3. So we'll see if they want to test the arm of Felix. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Gets ahead of Gonzalez, 1-2 now.
Gonzalez starting to get frustrated up there. We've seen it in the body language a lot tonight. Just a lot of frustration for him right now. Sitting on an 0-for-4.
Wolgemuth from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch into Gonzalez. That one goes inside. Misses him. Count moves to 2-2. For Gonzalez, he's played. This is his 6th game this year. Coming in, 5 hits and 19 plate appearances. 4 hits and 19 plate appearances. Next pitch stays outside. Count runs full now. So now Wolgemuth on the verge of potentially losing him here. Wolgemuth set. Delivers the payoff pitch. Runner takes off. Swing, foul ball. So Gonzalez stays alive. Franco goes back to first, and we'll do it again.
Gonzalez seems a little bit late on the fastball right now. Both swings he's had on an up and in heater that just seems a tick behind, just a beat too late.
We'll see if he goes back to that fastball. Wolgemuth set. Franco, a decent lead over at first. Next pitch, Franco stays. Swing and a miss for strike three. Another strikeout. Second of the inning. Another German-American big strikeout. And now there's 2 away for the first baseman, Scout Knotts. Knotts does have a home run in this game. Otters still trying to figure out a way to get him out. So he works on his 2-for-2 day with a walk and a home run. That one catches the bottom of the zone for strike one. Wolgemuth gets out ahead 0-1. Went off speed there.
Great pitch. I mean, just down and away, perfect spot.
Wolgemuth set. The 0-1 pitch. That one stays outside. Count moves to 1-1. Top of the 9th inning, Otters lead 4-3. Wolgemuth in to try to close it out. Now let's go Otters. Chance start to rain out. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one is lifted into left field, but foul. Hard hit contact there, but goes foul. And now the Crushers down to their final strike.
Well, now if you're Wolgemuth, you know he's primed for that fastball. So if you're able to tunnel something on that up and in fastball down and away like you did on that first pitch, it could be lights out.
1-2 pitch, off speed, pulled in left field for a base hit. Runner from second is going to turn and go back. Franco will stay at second. And now with 2 away, runners on first and second. Tying run over at second. Go ahead run on first. It'll be the third baseman, Seth Strong.
Right thought, just didn't quite execute it. Left that one middle of the zone. Tried to get it in that same spot down and away quadrant. But, you know, those things happen. Just left it over top. No one scored, no damage done. Just focus on this next guy.
Strong 1 for 3 on the day. He's walked. He has an RBI, and he's also struck out. Wolgemuth from the stretch delivers the first pitch. That one's inside, and he's behind 1-0. Wolgemuth with 25 pitches in the inning. Comes set, delivers the next pitch. That one stays inside. Now he's behind 2-0. And Felix is going to go out there for a chat.
Just needs to exhale here. Just take a deep breath. We're fine. Just need one more out.
Just got to go out there and trust your stuff.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Otter fans. Make some noise.
Seth Strong, the left-handed hitting third baseman, is trying to keep the night alive for the Crushers. Wolgemuth trying to send us home happy. Felix now back behind the plate. Wolgemuth will look into him. George Khalil over at short, playing behind the runner Franco. Camus and Jones both playing to pull. That pitch is in there for a strike. Gets back in the count. It's 2-1.
Another one borderline. And again, with Felix dropping it behind the plate, you wonder if that would change Rivera Cruz's decision, but it hasn't so far tonight.
Count at 2-1 for the right-handed pitcher, Wolgemuth. Next pitch. That one is ripped right to Camus, and he'll bring it in for out number 3. The Otters take opening game of the series against the Crushers 4-3 in a night where the Crushers now have lost and Washington have lost. They picked up a game on both, and a huge, huge victory for the Otters.
Yeah, that means the world to them right now. And Wolgamuth able to come in, work through some traffic, get the job done. And you do it against a team that has been so hot in Lake Erie. You snap their 5-game winning streak. You start one of your own, and hopefully they can come in here tomorrow and do the same thing they did against Schaumburg and clinch it.
The Ots are hot. They win 4-3. So we head to the post-game show. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR.
For the last 5 years, the Evansville African American Museum and the Evansville Otters have partnered together to offer tickets at no cost for the whole family for the Juneteenth Negro Leagues Baseball Tribute. All are invited to celebrate Juneteenth with us on June 19th for the annual Salute to the Negro Leagues game. Pre-game activities start at 4:30 with first pitch scheduled for 5:05. For information on these tickets, fans can stop by the Evansville African American Museum at 579 Sandra Matthews Way in Evansville or any local Evansville Vanderburgh Public Library.
The Otters take game one of this 3-game set against the Lake Erie Crushers. They win 4-3. They get a game up on Lake Erie, and they get a game up on Washington.
Yeah, big night for the Otters here. Obviously, all 4 divisional opponents playing each other in some respect. And tonight, I mean, it's huge. Able to win a close game like that. You knew coming in that this pitching staff is really good. So you're able to come in here and outduel them. The bullpen came in, did their job. They got some really big outs. Wolgamuth stranded the tying and the go-ahead runs on base. The offense, they responded when they needed to in the 7th. A lot of positives here tonight going into the rest of this weekend.
Yeah, and I think it really starts with the starter, Adrian Montalvis. Only a second professional start. Not a guy that we were really expecting to be in the rotation at the beginning of the year, but he has come in 2 starts, given up 2 runs in his first start against Mississippi, 1 run here against Lake Erie, went 5 innings, only gave up 2 hits, walked 3, gave up 1 earned run on that solo shot, struck out 5. What a performance for him.
He looked phenomenal tonight. He looked really, really good. I just hope that he's able to maintain that going forward, and as he pitches more and more, he's able to condense those big innings and give a little bit more length. But from what you expected coming into this year is maybe a fringe bullpen guy, maybe a guy who can come in and start. These first 2 appearances for him have been nothing short of awesome.
And then how about that bottom of the 7th inning? And that starts with Graham Brown. More of a rough night considering how he's been playing. Went 1 for 5. But when he got on base, he stole a bag. He stole third after L.J. Jones advanced him to second. And the way he did it with that slide to avoid the tag, he was beat. The throw had beat him, and that slide, that swim move slide to get into third, eventually to get there and eventually score on the Paven Parks single that put the go-ahead run at the time, and then Keenan Taylor added another one.
Yeah, and that's just what happens. When you're a hot baseball player or a hot baseball team, those things just happen to you. It's part of the game. It's part of the feel of a hot baseball team or a hot guy at the plate. These things just go right. And right now, the Otters just really can do no wrong, it feels like. They've been so good in crucial moments on the bump and at the dish. So right now, if you're an Otters fan, there's nothing more you could ask from this squad.
Right now, you're listening to the Papa John's postgame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows. Available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and on the Home Team Network. Then the bullpen came in and did really well. Volker did give up a run as well. Came on the wild pitch. He did have to leave early. But then McAuliffe came in, got that last out. Paven Parks came in. And even though it looked rough at the beginning, he got out of that inning with the lead, and Wolgamuth closed it out. And then we talk about the defense. The defense specifically from Alay Camus and George Khalil. Multiple big plays, and the biggest of them all, the 8th inning double play.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this place exploded when that happened. And the way it happened, it was a high chop to Khalil. He made a throwing error yesterday, settled in today, and flips it over to second. Camus, quick and smooth with it over to first, got him by about a step and a half. And the energy in this place, it blew the roof off. It was huge, and it led the rest of this game, and it kind of felt like after that, the entire place believed that this one was done and over with. They were going to get the dub.
Otters take game 1 of the 3-game set. They come back tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. to play these Lake Erie Crushers. Then they'll have a matinee game at 12:35 on Sunday before they travel out to Schaumburg for another big series against a team that they just beat. They come back tomorrow looking to try to win the series. That was the Papa John's postgame show. Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night, 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and on the Home Team Network. Riley, any final thoughts?
Don't let the odds get hot, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
I think it's a little bit too late for that. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Otters Digital Network and on 96.9 WYIR. Have a fantastic night, everybody. And remember, go Otters.